to other things that we have going on, but this is actually really, really important, that we all start understanding and learning what Lean is about, how to use the techniques, and all that good stuff, right? The company, as it is today, you guys have done an amazing job getting the organization to this point. And for that, you should all be commended, seriously. We're doing fabulous things, right? Lean is going to help us improve our operational excellence. Randy, you're in trusted hands. I'm not going to stay for the training. Randy, believe it or not, used to be my boss. He has a consulting firm, and I used to be one of his consultants.
Yes.
And I would do these kinds of trainings and do these kinds of things and some other stuff. So that's how we know each other. You're in good hands. I don't know if you got a chance to read his bio. He's a Six Sigma Master Black Belt, so which means that he is at the highest level of lean expertise as you can get. So I trust that you're going to be in very good hands. You're going to have a lot of fun. Just, open yourself up to some different type of learning, and you guys are going to have a great time. Yeah? Let me know if you have any questions after the fact, because you're going to be doing some training on some concepts, and then he's going to take you to the floor and you're going to start practicing them. Yeah? And then tomorrow you're going to expand on that a little bit more.
Beautiful.
Right? We're good? Let me know if you guys need anything. You can call me. I'll be upstairs. Okay, guys?
My first question is, how many people want a boring lecture for the next 3 hours? No? No, him? Well, he's the informant. I was afraid of that. No, hey, it's great to be here. Before we start, if you could help me a little bit, if you could tell me your name, I'll start it off. And how long you've been here, and give me a fun fact. And I'll start it off. I'm Randy McKinley, and the president of the company Doctors. Guess what we do? It's real simple. We help companies make money. That's it. Yeah. Make more money. Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of times in the past, guess when companies call us? When they're not making money. So, in that world, we've done 53 turnarounds in businesses. That's when they call and it's like, uh-oh.
You personally?
Yes, my team, myself, absolutely. The fastest turnaround we ever did in a company, which was a record, 45 days. Isn't that cool? I walked in the door and then I was freaking out going, oh my God, you have 90 days. Whew, let's put on the afterburners. Everybody jumped on board. We flipped it around and they turned a profit in 45 days. Now, painful. I prefer the other side of the coin where you call me in advance. Is that cool? How many people like to be healthy? You do? Why?
To live longer.
That's not what your girlfriend told me. No, just kidding. See, it's going to be like that today, guys, just so you know. Look, she's like one. She goes, I know her. It's true. No, look, and you just got to remember, I like to have some fun, okay?
We sat in the front, we fucked up.
So let me go back to me just real quick. Randy McKinley, company Doctors. I started the consulting firm back in 2016. I was originally started my whole career under PepsiCo Frito-Lay. Everybody heard of Pepsi? Mm-hmm. Maybe heard of Lay's potato chips, Doritos? Yep. I was put through the paces, and I ended up running a market when I was 29. $52 million market for them. Had like 6 jobs up to that point. Then I went to another little company called Nabisco. Oreo cookies, Ritz crackers, yep. Yep. I got moved all over the United States. Went a long career there. I was one of the regional directors, so I had a $300 million market. Everything underneath of it. To give you a background, it was like when I was at Frito-Lay, when I took over the zone, we went number 1 in 1 year in the United States. Not bad. Went to Nabisco, became a general manager of Seattle, Went number one for that market, $60 million market. A little over 1 year. Did other projects, came to California. Anybody heard of Compton?
Yeah, that's where I was born and raised.
Nice. I went to Compton. Took over the operation for Southern California, was based in Compton. There was 86 general managers. That operation, soup to nuts, was 83rd. Year and a half, we were number 10 in the United States. Isn't that trippy? Then from there, opened Buena Park, largest operation for the company, was over 100 million. We went number one in 1 year. For that, I got punished again and moved. Became a director. Took over one of the hardest markets, which is San Francisco. All there, I had Colorado, Wyoming, all of California. It was number 10 out of 12. In less than 1 year, we were number 2. In a year and a half, we were number 1. Interesting theme, right? Now I'm going to tell you something else. Through that whole time, I've never asked one employee to work harder. I've never done it my whole career. You don't have to. Isn't that wild? Never. I've never had to have work harder. That's why I have the jelly beans out here. There's the blue and the red. Did anybody watch The Matrix? I did. Take the red pill, you get to see the Matrix. Take the blue pill, you go back in the Matrix. You don't see anything. Today, I'm going to give you the red pill. And this doesn't just apply here. This is going to apply to your personal life. No matter what you do, as soon as you see the Matrix. Because they don't teach this in school, which is very frustrating to me. Isn't that amazing? Something so simple, such common sense, and as soon as you start to get it, you're like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. And a lot of times you will do it instinctively, yet you don't call it lean, but a lot of it's common sense. So, Randy McKinley, company doctors, own the firm. I'll give you a fun fact. I grew up in Kansas, and my hometown is 150 people.
Yeah. That's a small town. My dad comes from a town like
You know what I'm talking
that.
about? 150. We had a gas station, a beer joint, where I could walk up to the table when I was a little kid and watch people play pool, and they drink beer. That was the entertainment in my hometown.
Lived in Mayberry.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it maybe. We weren't that cool. It was not that cool. But it's interesting. I grew up in a small town, America. So a lot of people are shocked by that, but it's kind of weird. I kind of joke that I'm a blue-collar executive, because guess what I do? I'll walk right next to you and do. There's nothing you won't do that I won't do. Especially when you grow up shoveling shit out of a cow lot. Everything's a step up.
We do it.
So, is that a fun fact? All right, so what's your name?
Juan.
Juan. I'm going to write these down just so as I go on. So, left and right. Give me how long you been here?
5 months.
I'm sorry. No, just kidding. 5 months. And what's a fun fact about you that nobody would know? Besides, your girlfriend doesn't want you healthy.
Wow. Enough with that. I can say I have a different lifestyle outside of work.
Okay.
I like to do art.
What's wrong with that? That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a neat fact. How about you?
My name is
Isaac?
Isaac. Isaac, I-S-A-A-C.
AC? Just like
Yep, A-A-C.
AC. Okay. Just one A or two A?
2 A's.
Two A's. Isaac. Okay.
Um,
How long you been here?
same
5 months?
Yeah.
Cool. What's a fun fact about you?
Honestly, I don't know if it would be a fun fact, but I guess I'm a hermit. I like to keep to myself.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. A lot of people will see that that's a problem.
Does it make you happy?
Yes, it does.
See, that's cool.
Then we got our point across.
Yeah. That's the thing, man. Is what people don't get. It's like, if it makes you happy, there's nothing wrong with it.
There you go.
How about you, man? Arturo. I know an Arturo. He doesn't look like you. How long you been here?
Since February, like, probably like
Perfect. What's a fun fact about you?
I don't know, I like to ride bikes.
Nice. Is that your bike outside?
No, that's it.
Oh, it's his bike. Okay. I was like, well, wow. I was about ready to hop on it. And go,
By all means. Just don't
Oh,
hurt
that's his
yourself.
bike, my bad.
oh, it's his bike. No, I got to ask you first before I hop on it. So, cool. That's about. How about you,
My name is Joe.
Joe?
I've been here 10 months.
10 months. Wow, there's a lot of new people. How many are new here? Is it everybody?
No.
I came in November.
December. Okay. And what's a fun fact?
I like to play golf. And ride
Beautiful.
bikes and outside activities, hiking.
Beautiful. So you a big golfer then?
Yes. Am I a good golfer? No.
No. Yeah, but it's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Love it. How about you, buddy?
My name's Javier. I've been here for 2.5 years.
All right, a veteran. Javier. Okay. And what's a fun fact?
It's not something fun, but I like the outdoors, Mother Nature, like somewhere calm.
Beautiful. So you like hiking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything outdoors is cool. How about you, buddy?
I was our 3 years.
So another veteran. Ooh.
Threw it down. The golf, yeah, he said it, bam.
He's like, boom, I'm 3. He goes, I have seniority. How about you, buddy? What's a fun fact?
I don't know, just like classic cars, maybe one day I want one.
Really? Nice. What's your favorite?
I'm into Japanese Datsun.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
You like the classics the way they are? Or do you want to?
1975,
1975. Yeah, get a 280Z. That's a good car,
yeah.
right?
That's a good car,
Yeah. Cool.
The 260Z?
Or is it 260? Is it 280 or?
Both.
Was there both?
Yeah.
That was before Nissan bought them. I think that's what it was.
I'm into the pickup
Whoops.
620 Datsun.
Nice. Cool. How about you, buddy?
Brian, I've been here like a year and a half.
Okay. All right. We got some tenure. I like this. Cool. And what's a fun fact about you?
I'm in the cars,
What kind?
all around.
Oh, you like to soup them up? What?
Just, I like making them look how they look in my head.
Oh, that's cool. So you like to redesign them?
Just messing around with them, make them look cool.
That's cool. I like that. And how about you?
What?
What's your name?
Eddie, right? Eddie.
Cool. How long have you? I know he hasn't had the pill yet. Yeah, I was like, what? How long you been here, Eddie?
Since February 8th.
February 8th. And what's a fun fact about you?
About me? I think we let that out of the bag. I grew up in Compton.
Nice.
Another one fun fact, your legs when you football at that table when you started.
Whoops. Oh, thank you. I didn't even pay attention. Good job. Then how about you, sir?
Wait, I wasn't.
Oh, go ahead.
This company here, the whole company, I'm like the second oldest guy here.
Nice.
Told you it was a good one.
Look at him. He's like, one. I got to follow this. So. That's awesome. So, okay, what's your name?
My name's Juan.
Juan. Perfect.
Juan Senior.
Juan Senior. I'll put SR next to you.
Okay.
How long have you been here?
Year and a half.
Nice. And what's a fun fact about you?
I like to build model cars.
Ooh, that's cool. Do you paint them and everything?
Everything.
That takes a lot of patience.
They're all low riders too. They don't.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Gus knows. He's been to the house. He's seen them.
Oh, and I'm the oldest person here next to him.
Sorry. Number 1, number 2. Is that cool? Is that better? Okay. How about you? So, is it Gus?
Yeah.
I just barely read.
Gussie.
Gussie? Is it S-Y or just E-Y? Just S. Okay, I'm just checking. How long you been here, Gus?
2 years.
3 years. Nice. Oh, just 2. Okay. And what's a fun fact?
I know things,
Like what?
everything, I don't know.
So you're a fabricator?
Hold my hands.
What's your favorite thing to build?
Systems?
Computers?
No, systems for the company. Like
Ooh, nice.
machines.
Nice. That's cool. Those are neat. And how about you?
My name is Stacy.
Stacy. And I notice it's IE? Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Perfect.
I've been here 2 years, and fun fact about me is I've been in manufacturing for 10 years.
Nice. You like it?
I love it.
And so let me ask, what's your guys' jobs right now? So let me just go back around. What do you,
Assembly lead.
you're assembly lead. How about you?
Assembly.
Assembly. So you work together?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, no. Sorry, I got.
Bless that dude too.
Are you assembly too?
No.
Okay, I was like, oh my God, that's funny. So look, you got to have some fun, guys. So how about you? How about you guys? What are you?
Assembly.
Assembly? Driver? Perfect. Class A, B? A? Nice. I have a Class A. That's because I was a kid in Kansas hauling grain. I've kept it for all these years. Isn't that funny? It's so funny in Kansas, they have kids do it because, you work on the farm. Cops don't touch you as long as you don't wreck. As long as you don't wreck a grain truck. What job?
I'm welder.
Welder. Nice.
Driver lead?
Driver lead. So you guys work together? Okay, perfect.
Service department.
Service?
Shipping.
Perfect.
Inventory.
Inventory. Ooh, that's a tough one. Is there a lot of inventory?
It is what it is. Let's put it that way.
And you think there's too much?
I don't think it's too much for me to handle.
No, that's not the question. Do you think it's too much? Or is it not the right inventory?
Is it too much? Sometimes it can be.
Can be. How about you?
Maintenance and receiving.
Perfect. All right. The reason I was just going through this, so remember I'm going to take a step back a second. Remember I said healthy, right? When do you want to go to a doctor? When you're sick, or is it better to be preventative?
Preventative.
It's preventative. Let me give you a staggering fact. Did you realize 50% of all small businesses fail in 5 years?
Yeah.
75% in 10.
Wow.
75%. So it's 50%, 5, 75% in 10. Now I'm going to give you one number underneath of that that'll shock you. Only 18% of those failures was really due to a better product from a competitor. That's it. Just as supposedly somebody came up with a better product than you. 18%. That's it. 82% of the time, self-inflicted. Just because you don't know certain things, right? I'll give you another simple number. Did you realize most of your small businesses only have 60 days of cash to survive?
Pay your employees, so on and so
Yeah,
forth.
so say something went haywire, right? 60 days.
I could close the business quick. COVID.
Just like that, right? Now think about it. I just gave you some stats, right? 18% was really due to somebody else coming in and trying to take you out. Now here's what's fascinating. this is where they end up hiring guys like us, usually to come in. Here, can you save us? Because they're calling us at the very end. Can we fix it? Yeah, we can. As long as I have enough window. Sometimes I need 90 to 120 days. So I have to milk it. But isn't it much easier to just think about being healthy, right? If you were healthy up front, this never happens. What I want to show you today is things that will always keep you healthy. So I'm going to take you just real quick. Cost of goods. So 600. I'm going to just show you something real fast. No one ever shows this stuff to you, probably. And you'll be able to write this down because I want you to take this with you forever. You may have a brilliant idea and want to start a business, right? No. Could be. A lot of people have a brilliant idea. They're thinking, hey, you know, I'd love to start a business. Can you do it? Absolutely. I'm just giving you some rules so you know how to do it. Net profit. 200K. And then you pay taxes. In California, this is 45%.
Yeah, that's nearly 50 bucks.
Yeah, on a corporation? Yeah, it's, think about it, 45%, California. So this gives you 100%. I just want to tell you, this is healthy, 60%. Gross profit, you want 40%. This is 20%. And then hopefully here you can get to 20% to clear 10 to 12. That's what you get to take home. Isn't that crazy? That's healthy.
If you don't run into something.
If you don't run into something. So I'm going to give you an interesting example of something. So over here, they call this a balance sheet. Don't worry about it. You don't have to remember this. Anybody ever heard of inventory?
Hear about it every day.
Yes. Cash. Yeah, this is your account, right? I may have some assets, whatever. Guess what happens with most companies? These two together, how much do you think of their money is tied up in inventory?
Why are you giving me hard
What do you think?
questions, bro?
What's that?
Why are you giving me hard questions? I can't answer it right now.
No, but think about, what do you think? Just in general.
Okay. Repeat that.
So here was the question. Think about it. So this is sitting over here. Company buys inventory, right?
Yeah.
So now let me give you another question. Let me go take you to your house. Anybody ever cook dinner for themselves? Right. You have food in the cupboard? Think about this. You're sitting down, you're making something, you're like, oh, you know what? I only know the recipe, but it's really for 5 people. There's only 2 of you. Has that ever happened? Then you put the rest of it in the fridge. Right? Have you ever noticed every once in a while you throw stuff out of the fridge? How often does that happen?
Quite often.
How often? It's normal. Does it happen to you?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I try not to waste food.
No, that's smart. There's techniques behind that.
Yeah.
Same thing in this. You're going to learn it. I was going to show you. But it happens, right? Was that you trying to waste food? No.
My mind was to save food.
That's exactly right. Have you ever went to Costco? Maybe Costco Sam's? Right? You went in going, here was my list of 5 things I wanted to buy. And then you walked out of Costco and your check was $782.42. Yet you were only planning on spending $118. And then you put it in your cabinets. And then another one I'll tell you is, have you went through your cabinets and you look at your food, it's like, oh, geez, that's been sitting there 2 years. Should I eat it or throw this out? It happens, right? Was that intentional? No. Does the same thing happen with the company? Yes.
Over inventory.
Over inventory. Was it intentional?
No.
No. It's never intentional. Not intentional at all. So what happens a lot, when I said over here, where do you think you want your money?
In my pocket.
Right, in the account, right? Remember this example? Guess where all the money's sitting? They went to Costco. I got a hot deal. Wow, look at that Tide. I need that. Great, it's a 4-pack. You'll go through it in about 2 years. Could be with anything, right? Happens all the time. Not intentional. You think you're saving money. So imagine a business. Guess what happens most of the time? It's landing right here. And then all of a sudden remember I said most companies have 60 days at best? It's because the money is sitting here. Do you want a company to grow? Right. Does it take cash?
Yep.
Do they have to buy things?
Yes.
Right.
Necessities.
Necessities, right? Hey, you may have a brilliant idea. I guarantee you guys have thousands of brilliant ideas. But you're like, oh my God, that's going to cost $30,000. They're looking over here and they go, oh shit, I don't have an extra 30,000, right? Because I have to cover my payroll and I have to try to have some cushion. So then that idea gets pushed. And then imagine something comes along. What if I give you a real life example? I'm going to go back. I'll give you an example of my days of being, well, it was a little cold-blooded. I was trained under PepsiCo Frito-Lay. I took over the zone, right? There was a small company, about $9 million out there. They had a barbecue potato chip in the top 10 in the market. It was Jay's. It was in St. Louis. I looked at that, and this is business. I looked at the product, and I said, they're top 10. I got my Doritos, I got my Lay's, got my other stuff sitting here. I was like, that's it. I had a war room. I had their stuff sitting on the table. I grabbed my food scientist. I said, I need that formula reverse engineered now. I want the flavor identical. No problem, Randy. I'll have it. You, my marketing guy, I need a packaging that's going to fit my shelf so I can cut it in and to go against his product. No problem, Randy. We'll have a design for you. Gets better. I grabbed the accounting guy, or the accountant guy. I said, I need to know the guy's promotional calendar. When he puts stuff on deal, have you noticed things are on sale in a store? There's a calendar. I need to know his calendar, how much his discount is, and I need it now. In less than 30 days, I had a product sitting on the table. I had the promotional calendar for that guy. And I said, great, now I'm going to cut it into the market and bankrupt him. I immediately put my product in the market, undercut his price, and he messed up. He didn't adjust his price. I bankrupted it inside of 60 days.
Wow.
Put him out of business. Done.
Pretty cutthroat, man.
Sucks.
I know that's cold. But is that real?
Yes,
Business.
absolutely.
Could that happen anywhere?
Anywhere.
Absolutely.
'Cause
Happens.
I had a small business at one
Absolutely.
time.
What do you think big companies do all day long?
Undercut.
Absolutely. I'll give you the rules of engagement. Rule number 1, you never compete against somebody if you could take them out. First rule that was taught. Now, it's hard. They're drilling this into you because you're a young guy, I was a young kid. But you never compete if you take them out. You can take them out. I only will ever compete with somebody if I can't take you out. The mistake that gentleman made is he didn't understand business enough. If he would have dropped his price, he would have sold product, right? And when he extended the game, I would have went, cool. You win. I get it. I'll let you have your niche. I'm in, but you'll be alive. He didn't. Problem was, I took all his market, his stuff was sitting in the market, couldn't sell it. All his money's tied up, right? Did he have any cash? No. And he ran out of money. And was he a good company? Yes, really good company. Happens all the time. The point I was getting at is, what I want you to understand is, like, I joke with putting these red pills out here and the blue pills. This is the reason I'm here. It's not because you're one of these. You're healthy. Do you think I want you to be healthy and stay healthy? Do you think I want you to be in a position so that story I told you never happens to you?
Well, I was just gonna say, you just told that story, how can I trust you now?
Yeah. I'm not here to go take somebody
He
out.
doesn't work for another tractor company.
Now, look, if I'm working for a firm and I'm paid to do something, I mean, sure. I mean, you're playing to do a game. If somebody's writing you that check, yeah, it is. I mean, look, the reality was, if I wasn't doing it, would somebody else do it?
Yep.
I was paid to do a job. It was just, but it was being taught. The whole point, though, is think about it, getting back to being healthy. If I can show you how to be healthy, I'm not worried about bad things happening. Make sense? Here's what I will also tell you, as we get into this, the red pill versus the blue pill. Remember I made a comment earlier, I never asked one person in my whole career ever to work harder.
Why is that?
Don't need to.
They go as they go.
You're working too hard already. Way too hard. I'll give you a real life example. Like you said, I'm a blue collar guy, right? I mean, granted, I have my jacket, I'll put it on, I have to go do other stuff. For a client, I had to fly to Tennessee. Plant wasn't working, right? The production guy running the plant was working 13 hours a day. 13 hours. Is he killing himself?
Yes, he is. Super.
Super killing himself. I'm walking out there and I saw the employees working their ass off. You. 10, 12, 13 hours a day. Killing themselves. And productivity sucked. Was that the employee's fault?
No.
No, it's not. Wasn't even the plant manager's fault.
Yes.
Indirectly, if you've never been taught, would I be upset at him? He was never taught.
If he was never taught,
He was never taught the fundamentals.
no, then you can't be upset.
That's exactly right. I wasn't upset at one person in the building. But I saw people killing themselves. Oh, by the way, I went in after 2 weeks, hands-on. Productivity went up 39%. This guy went from working to 7 to 8 hours a day. And I told him, I said, I'd be happy as the plant manager if you were working 5 or 6. I don't care. What am I telling him?
Is he good at his job?
That's exactly right. It's not how hard you work, it's how smart you work. Is that interesting?
Work smarter, not harder?
That's exactly right. There's ways, techniques, and things that you do. Once you know them, you will be able to work smarter. Getting back to my comment, have I ever asked anybody to work harder? No, never, ever, ever, ever. I don't need to, because I'm going to give you something that will blow you away. 90%. No, Mom, I'm not available.
I know one, I know.
You don't want to know. 90% of all process is waste.
What, 90% what is
Of
waste?
all processes are waste. Is that shocking?
Yeah, very much.
No.
Meaning not controlling the waste?
No. 90% of every process that you're involved in is waste.
90% of what we're doing is not contributing to the task at hand.
Let me give you a real life example. Bottled water, right? I'm going to start to give you the red pill.
Like, I don't know what you put in there. I can neither confirm or deny if that's water. It's vodka.
Grey Goose. So, see the bottle, right?
Yeah.
So this is something I'm going to, and you could do this in your own world, but this will rock you. There's value, non-value, necessary, non-value, right? Here's value. I take a piece, they call them like a plug or a slug, and I'll blow it and it turns it into a bottle. That's value, right? I put a label on this. That's value. I can put water inside. That's value. I put a cap on. That's value. I pick this up and move it from here to here. No value. Right? I generate an invoice for this to give to you who wants to buy it. Necessary non-value. If I can figure out how to get rid of that, would I want to get rid of it? Right? If you're writing a check for this, right? You're going to give me $1. Are you paying for me to move it from here to here? Are you paying for the piece of paper that goes with it, or do you throw the piece of paper away? You're paying for this.
No, paying for the bottle.
That's exactly right. In business, 90% of all process is waste. Making it or dealing with it itself is not the issue. It's all the stuff we put in the middle that causes the issue. Isn't that trippy? Now, would you believe there's certain things, what I want us to get out of the to this. I even have some games to prove my point. And when you play them, you're going to go, oh, that's really stupid, Randy. But it's like, that makes sense. But there's some things I want you to, you'll hear. 5S. Anybody heard of 5S before?
Yeah.
You have. Cool. You hadn't? Have you?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay, no big deal. Anybody else? Nope, no problem. Visual. Control. You're going, ooh, what does that mean?
Organization.
Can be, yes. I'll give you an example to that in a second. You ever heard the term Kanban? Don't worry about it. I hate the term. It's a trigger. Something triggers something to happen, right? You ever heard of mins and maxes? Like for inventory?
Yeah, minimum.
You have a minimum and a maximum, right? And a trigger. Cool? This is really hard, right? These three things. We do these three things because think about what we're interested. Do I want you to work harder or work smarter?
Smarter.
Smarter. Do you think I care if you have your job done in 3 hours? This will shock you. No. Even management, because I have some stuff here, they're not going to care. Why do you think that's important? Because then now, if there's capacity, right? Remember part of the failure? Here's what happens. Businesses don't understand these simple techniques, right? They start to grow. 50%, remember I said self-inflicted?
Yeah.
I'm putting people in, I'm putting stuff in. 90% of process is waste, which is shocking. All of a sudden, I'm like, damn, I've got a lot of sales, but I ain't making a lot of money. And usually when I walk in, guess what this number is? 5%, if I'm lucky. It tells me now you're critical. And then, but are people dependent upon that company to make money? Yes. There's a lot of people could potentially get hurt. Yes. Not their fault. Not your fault. Never everybody's fault. But once you understand the stuff, then what it does is it allows you to be smart about what you're doing. We have money to invest and grow, right? And then now you can drive the sales because you just gave them capacity. Isn't that fun? This here, this example, his productivity went up. Guess what do you think his sales happened? Skyrocketed in 1 week. So what it's doing is by being smart about the business, because this company is trying to grow, they want to make sure they stay healthy. And as long as you understand, what do you think I want you to do, is make sure, hey, we want to keep this place healthy, and it's your house, right? Do you work in it every day? Kind of nice to have your house looking good, running good. You spend a lot of time here just as you do at home. And what's fascinating is these things. There's one I don't think we'll get into, is you hear one-piece flow. We'll do that later. It's not critical. You do this. Guess what the minimum productivity you'll get just by doing these? I'll just say this one.
Productivity or productivity increase?
Productivity increase. What do you think? What's the minimum increase? I'll give you, this is the worst in my career.
Let's say 65%.
I love your attitude. The worst I have ever had in my career just doing this one was 20% improvement in productivity. The worst in my 23-year career, just by doing this. And I'll prove it in a second. So, since you guys are cool, I don't want to go, I hate standing up and doing lectures off of fun stuff. I have this printed out, and I'm going to give it to you guys, and then we're going to go through it. Is that cool?
Yeah.
You're going to get a kick out of this. All right. This is how complicated all this is. It's 6 pages, and it's a cartoon. Is that okay? I hate complicated.
They're not stable.
So we're going to talk about it. And then I'll give you some examples. Then we're going to play a game, which you'll have fun with. It's super easy. Cool. Beautiful. And if you haven't noticed, I hate complicated. I don't like things complicated. I like things very simple. That's probably my Kansas side coming out. Beautiful. Cool. This is a whole cartoon, guys.
Is that why you put 3 pages, 6 pages on 3?
If you flip it on the backside, yeah, there's the backside. That's exactly right. So, isn't that cool? It's really 6 pages. That's it. These 6 pages are what they should be teaching in school. I don't need a book that's 400 pages thick, right? I'm serious. I don't need a novel. Do you? 6 pages. Oh, by the way, there's not that much written on each page, is there? What's the first page? Yeah, maximizing value, right? Minimizing waste. Yeah. So there's a common theme, guys, what I told you. It has nothing to do with your effort. I already know you work hard. That's not the issue. The question is, did we set up the game for you to work smart, not hard? Isn't that cool? I want things simple. I want things easy. Like, I'll give you a real life example. the California market talk about lean. Tell me if this isn't common sense, right? Now, I'm not using the fancy term lean. Drivers, right? You drive. You guys, you drive, and you manage it. I don't know if you get out and drive, right? Perfect. Well, you can imagine just in this market alone, the average mile per hour in the market when you drove during 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. averaged out to about 25 miles an hour in a box truck or a semi. Isn't that interesting? Average 25 miles an hour. Not very fast, is it? Which means you can only drive so fast and you can only make so many stops. Is that right? Here's lean. What if I could drive faster? How would I do that? Well, I would have to drive earlier in the day, right? I knew if I could drive from 1 in the morning to 6 a.m., I could average 35, 40 miles an hour. Now tell me this is not common sense.
That's true.
Right? Simple common sense, right?
Yeah, you guys start looking at it.
Right? Simple common sense. The second thing was, oh, by the way, during the day, am I limited on which directions I have to go because of traffic? At night, it became straighter. So what was fascinating was I said, okay, I took this whole market where you're doing 350 deliveries a day. And you went from doing 8 to 9 stops per truck, moved it to early in the morning, and I was doing 14. And the miles went down. Deliveries went up. Isn't that wild? That's lean. Did I ask you to work harder? No. Also, I looked at the driver and how he was doing his stuff, and I was like, wow, he's working too hard. What if I gave you a cart? Put stuff on carts. I was loaded on the cart, so all you had to do is push it off the truck. Push it in the back of the store, right? Huge investment. I dropped $500,000 on those. Right? I had cash to make your job easier. That's lean. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, if it works, yeah.
It always works. Oh, by the way, that example I just gave you, in one of the most expensive markets in the United States, then I was able to redesign the sales reps, redesign the merchandisers, how they went to the store. We had the lowest cost in the whole United States in the most expensive market. Did I ask you to work harder? No. I wanted you to work less hard. I didn't want you to work as hard. I wanted to make it easier. Another example, you walked into the store, you saw the merchandiser. I'm watching him have to lug a pallet around. I said, well, wouldn't it be nice if that product was loaded in sequence on how it went down the shelf? Novel idea, right?
Makes it easier.
Novel idea, so we put it on the cart. He put it in the store. The merchandiser went like this. Did he work harder?
You work smarter.
Worked smarter. His units per hour skyrocketed, and he was less tired. At the same time, for the sales guy, right? You have sales guy. Oh, by the way, I'm going to work with your sales guys too. We got them to spend more time now selling. Guess what happened to sales? Skyrocketed. Lean. I figured out how they were moving, where they were talking to the accounts. I said, we streamlined, took 1 mile out in between stops. 1 mile. That was it. But the amount of time I gained for him to go talk and sell, I picked it up extra 5-7% on $100 million. Does that add up? Adds up, right? So the point I was getting at, tell me now, did it sound like I was using lean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but classic, if you hadn't been trained on lean, what were you going, hey, you're just trying to make it more efficient. Right? You do this stuff every day. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you the real techniques. So when you have an idea, see the difference was I knew the techniques behind it. So I was like, oh, if we do this, and I'm following techniques, which I'm going to give to you. Go to page 2. This is really complicated. I call it the house of lean. You know what this really is? Anybody have a toolbox at home? You have a toolbox? What's in it? Tools. Right? Let me ask you a crazy question. Do you use a hammer when you want to try to change the oil filter on your car? How come?
It's useless.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not the right tool, is it?
No.
You're a genius.
I don't know about all that.
No. The point I'm getting at is what you don't realize is common sense is genius, guys. House of Lean is really tools. You can see pull, Kanban. That's a fancy Japanese term. Remember I said this is what it is? It's a trigger, a min, a max. Pull. That's it. Plant layout. What do you think plant layout means?
Layout of the facility.
Yeah, how you do things, right? Have you ever seen somebody in your building have to walk from one side of the building? Oh, I need this. I grab it, and I come back and say, then they go over here and it's like, oh shit, I need this tool. Where the hell is this tool? That would never happen here. Whoops. Oh, it has? Oh, okay. Right? But tell me if that's not frustrating.
Very much so.
Right. So layout could be a big deal. TPM.
Total preventive maintenance, is it?
Very good. Ooh, you're a quick study. I take everything back she said about you.
What the fuck? Shit, I don't know this dude.
I got to blame somebody.
Total preventive maintenance.
So think about.
Preventive maintenance.
Yeah,
So think about what. Oh, go ahead. Explain it.
From my knowledge, I worked at a private company, Budamaki,
Yes.
here in Commerce. And it was a graphic design. We printed for Dryers, Ben & Jerry's, Haagen-Dazs. We did all the lithographic, right? So within every month, every 3 months, say for example, all the mechanics have to shut down, clean it, run all the parts, make sure everything's up at point, the presses are running correct. So all that downtime, it's basically like you're doing the maintenance for all the buildup in the machine, all the downtime, you know what I mean?
To prevent downtime that would cost money, like breaking
prevent
parts.
more
Exactly,
downtime in
inside
the-
your
in the
buildup,
future.
yeah,
Yes.
rebuilds.
So
I knew where you were going.
brilliant. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever had something as you put it together? It gets out there, then it comes back, oh, it was wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It does? That would happen? How's that possible?
Someone didn't check it right.
Engineering designed it wrong.
That usually happens a lot, I'll be honest. I was like, what?
Goddamn engineers.
No, it's true. But think about it. So now let me give you something really scary. If I make a product, I get it all the way to the finish line, right? And I get ready to sell it, and it's not right. And I have to go back. How much does it really cost me for that product?
Depending on how much you have to do it, it costs you the labor of both times.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to totally
Keep
do
going.
it, then it would cost you double.
It's even more than that. Add a number. I want you to remember this. If I get something to the finish line, I have to bring it back in, right? And fix it 3 times normal cost. So if it cost me $100 to make it,
It's gonna cost $300 to remake it.
technically that product is $300 now if I started at 100.
But you have to still sell it at the same price.
Right, and usually, I'll just be fair, like when they're marking up, like you do your pricing, they'll come down here, they're trying to get like right here. So this is all my costing, right? Is it 100%, 60%? What do you think the number is? I mark it up 40%, right? That's really kind of what it is. So if I make it for $100, usually they're selling it for $140.
You're gonna have to rebuild it and spend another.
You spent $300.
You're still losing.
Yes. Is that bad?
Very bad.
So if you have a lot of rework, do you have rework? Hopefully not. Or if you have something where it goes back, comes in, the trick is how do I get it right?
You have to go through it.
Well, there's techniques to getting it right, to catch it before it moves on.
Yeah, it's bracketing.
Oh, let's go up.
Bracketing, yeah, like basically a sequence, going in a sequence.
Very good. There's techniques to it. Remember I said this one? This one? I'll talk about it more in a second. There's techniques to doing it. You don't have to be a genius. But once you know the technique, I will be able to tell very quickly, oh, needs to stop right here. If you've ever been in a Toyota plant, right? Because the history of lean goes back with Toyota and Dr. Deming. There's buttons on a production line at Toyota. I can press a button, it shuts the whole plant down. You have the right to push that button. You have the right. Everybody in the plant where you're at, you have the ability to press a button and stop a whole plant. Why would they do that?
The emergency stops.
It's emergency stop, but it shuts down the whole plant.
For safety.
No, it's more than that. No. Safety is one piece. I'm assuming everything's safe. What are they scared of?
Making more mistakes?
Making a mistake and moving it on. Because it costs so much money to go back. It's better to...
The person putting the rivets in has the ability to stop
Anybody.
the entire truck bed from getting torn.
It's the whole thing shuts down. Why would they do that?
Well, they found a problem and they want to nip it at the
It
bud.
could be this big, right?
Yeah.
But is it worth it to shut everything down?
Yeah.
Better believe it. What did I just show you? Because here's what really happens if you do the calculation behind that. I made the product, right? I have all your labor. I have all the materials. It went back out. Now it has to come back in. Do I have to throw labor at it again?
Yes.
Oh, by the way, your time that I had you focus on that, you could have been making a brand new product. What's that new product worth? $140. I don't get to make it now.
So you lost money on a product you could have made that day, the capacity that you didn't fulfill.
That's exactly right. Guess what happens to a lot of the self-inflicted wounds? Remember? It's coming back. Only 18% was due to a competitor. This is a competitor. And then 82% self-induced. So what do you think happens with some of these if this is the case? I walk into a company, what do you think I see? Rework.
Productivity.
Yeah, but is it the person's fault?
No.
No. It's not your
process
fault. It
is
has
their
nothing to
fault.
do with it's not your fault. I set you up wrong. And they don't know. And you don't know the simple tools. If you knew the tools, guess what you would do?
Use them.
You better be go, hey, whoa. Time out, Billy Joe Jim Bob. Why are we doing it like this? Right? So once the tools get exposed, guess what happens with the companies? The employees go, hold it, here's what we need to do. Who knows how to really build the part? That's exactly right. Does the engineer really know how to build it?
No.
No.
You can design it.
Amir's getting there.
Yeah.
Amir's getting there.
Is he?
It is. And this is something you're going to learn. Lean and understanding these principles, it's what it's doing is it's empowering you. When I went to Tennessee, do you think I spent time with the management?
No.
Guess how much time I spent with management?
Maybe.
Paycheck signed?
It may be when I walked in. I had to walk up and take a phone call. I had dirt all over me. I was standing right next to the employees. I said, I'm trying to see the world from your eyes. I was like, this sucks. They go, oh, and the next thing you know, would you believe they're giving me a list of issues? Right? Of problems, which you will be able to give me. And oh, by the way, we're going to, tomorrow, guess what we're really going to do?
Work?
Yeah, we're going to go fix them because I'm going to show you how. The only difference is think about it. It's like if you ever got on a bicycle, right? Is it nice to have somebody there kind of going, hey, here's what you do? It's okay. You're not going to fall. It's like giving you the training wheels until you get comfortable. That's really what it is. I want you comfortable, and then that way you can bat an idea, but I want you to fix your world for the better. Because who lives in your world? Yeah, you do. It's pretty bitchin' when you get your world fixed. So it's like, hey, this is 10 times easier. And you'll see what I mean. So, coming back. Total preventive maintenance. Big deal, right? In some factories, if I shut a plant down or something's bad, I have 200 people not working. Big deal, right? Can be. You got quality at the source. What does that mean?
Manufacturer defects are to a minimum.
Absolutely. Should be 0. I'm serious. The standard I was from is Lean Six Sigma. You know what Sigma is? Six Sigma? I'll give it to you. It was 3.4 defects per 1 million.
Damn.
Where did they get that stuff from though?
What's that?
Where did they get that product from though?
Doesn't matter. But this is this is me making a product.
Yeah, but like, we make a product, but we get our stuff from like.
Oh, I know. Yeah. So, like, I'll give you an idea, real life. Like, I work for a Chinese company, right? Lee Kum Kee. I bought crap from all over the planet, right? Serious. I'm buying from Singway, China, Hong Kong, Australia, Taiwan, Mexico. I remember some other countries we were buying stuff from. I'm buying crap from everywhere. What do you think I do with all the raw materials? I inspect them.
AQL.
Before I build something or I have a part, right? Build something. Do you think it's critical to check to make sure that stuff is okay?
Absolutely.
Let me give you a little secret about China. I know you guys may love China. Okay. I spent time in China. Let me give you, this is an example, and don't take this the wrong way with China. This is a cultural thing, all right? There's different cultures, they have different things. So the way Chinese think and the way they're taught. So imagine if you were taught like this. If you did not spell this out, I have a right to change it to what I want. This is a cultural thing. Now, what if I told you that? You're dealing with somebody from China. You'd be like, ooh, I need to spell out everything, right? Down to the gnat's ass. I'll give you one. Rims on your car. I don't know if anybody has some cool rims, like, one of my clients used to be MHT Luxury Alloys. So Dub, Rotiform, all that. I don't know if anybody has some cool rims. Now, let me give you a real life example of China. Most of those rims, a standard rim is made in China. Here's a drawing. I handed it to you, right? You're in China. I negotiated with you, right? You hand it. You go, not a problem, Randy. I'll make that. I get it back. It looks right. Until I weighed it.
They use the wrong materials.
No, they used the right material.
Defects?
They cut extra out to save money.
They hollowed it to save money on shipping?
Yeah, so because then I can recycle all that metal. They're not going to send it to me. It's cheaper shipping. I made it lighter. I got more per container, right? Now, is that rim actually safe?
No.
Probably not.
No. The issue is when you negotiated with China, you didn't spell out the exact weight.
You have to be that specific, huh?
Let me give you a real life one which scared the hell out of me. I was dealt with. I was in the food industry. I was with Lee Kum Kee, and I have trailers coming in from Singway, China, and having soy sauce from our factory, a Lee Kum Kee factory. I have all this product, I have soy sauce, and it's all getting held up at the border. Customs. 20 trailers just went into customs. I'm like, holy shit, it's all the same stuff, same lot. They're like, oh my God, we're going to shut down a market. Well, I had a good relationship with the head of the FDA. So I picked up a phone call. He knows me. I have a very stellar reputation, right? I said, hey, no problem. Look, I'll get you specs from China. I'll do sampling on that end. I'll do sampling. Oh, yeah, go ahead. No worries. I'll do sampling on my end. I want your life easy, but if I have 20 things in the same lot, pull one, not 20. Is that right? Is that fair? I have no issue. And lo and behold, wasn't even 12 hours, all of a sudden all 20 of my trailers were released. I was like, wow, that was not my intention, right? But he was nice enough to give them all, right? Praise the Lord, it happened. You want to have the life scared out of you. I said, you know what? I had the sampling, but I had it done in China. Here's the sample reports on everything, right? Spec, so like you see the back of on there, then there's specs of the recipe, what it's supposed to be. I said, just to be sure, since it got here, let's have the food scientists, I want them to do random samplings and run the specs. Just to cross-reference, right? Here's from China, and I did it on my end. I had Dr. Frank Wang walk back into my office. He goes, Randy, it doesn't match. I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't match? That's not possible. Here's the lot from China. Here's what it is. This is bad. We can't put this in the market. I'm like, whoa, time out. I said, are you serious? Let's get on the phone with China. Did a Zoom call. Or, video meeting.
Everybody involved.
Yeah, I got the doctor there. I said, hey guys, here was your samples that we just gave customs. We just ran samples and it did not match. I can't remember, doctor, what the heck's on the other end? Here was his comment. Oh, well, it didn't come out right, so we changed the results.
Can you do that?
No.
No. He goes, we didn't want to look bad, so we changed the results. I said, did you realize you could have put me in prison?
Put you in prison, shut down your business.
The president of the zone, Simon Wu, you could throw him in jail. You'd end up throwing me in jail, throwing all these other people in jail. Because you changed the results. Because you didn't want to lose face. So this is a different culture, right? Do you think, I said, never, ever, 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 ever change anything ever again. I can't have a company, this is a gigantic company, you would just shut it down. But that's the difference of culture. If it's not spelled out, and if it potentially loses face in China, they will adjust it. It's just what you're dealing with. And it's a cultural thing. Scary, isn't it? So, China's not the, I don't mean to talk bad about China, but I check everything when I bring it from all around the world because it may not be right. And guess what you find? And if you find it, call them on it, they'll fix it. If you do not find it, what do you think China will do?
They're not gonna say anything, they're just gonna keep making the same product,
And they'll keep sending you crap.
which they're doing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So, setup reduction. What is setup reduction?
Set up production?
It's called setup reduction. What do you think that means?
Having workstations set up in a way that reduces the amount of time that you would have to set up each.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Standardized work. What do you think that means?
Make sure you have all your ducks in a row?
It is, but would you believe there's a technique to doing that?
There's a way of doing everything, and everyone should have a standard way of doing everything. If
Yes.
you're mopping the floor, you should be mopping the floor the same way. Like I should mop the floor the same way he's mopping the floor, or he's mopping the floor.
Yeah.
Same mixture, same everything.
Step 1, step 2, step 3.
I wrote it, but I'm not going to say anything about it yet. Okay? Because I'm going to give you a little story in a second. batch reduction. Ooh, this is probably one of the biggest myths in the world. One-piece flow. What do you think that means?
Focus on one piece at a time, kind of like an assembly line, like what they do with
Yeah,
trucks. One
yeah.
person's putting rivets, the next person's
Yes.
putting the truck bed.
Yes, right? And what's interesting, do you think it's faster to batch something? Here, you do 10, you'll do 10, move it. Which one's faster, one-piece flow or batch?
One piece flow.
Ooh, what do you think? Okay, what do you think?
Yeah.
Well, because it's interesting, isn't it? You think about this, but what are you taught? What are you taught? Batch, right? And what do you think?
Well, if you bash them, we get them all right. It would be faster.
You think batch, right? So this is what you're taught. It's fascinating. How about you? What do you think? Batch? I know, but don't. It's okay if you think batch. What do you think? It feels right. It feels right. What about you?
Yeah, same batch.
Batch, right? Because that's what you've learned. How about you guys?
I think single.
Single? Okay. How about you?
I'll be honest, I was buzzing off. I didn't hear the question.
Well, it's okay. What do you think's faster? Batch production or one-piece flow?
Like working on one build or 10 builds. I don't know how to equate that to.
Yeah, no.
Batch.
Batch? It's okay. How about
It
you?
also depends on how fast the productivity is. So it can be one also.
Batch. And it's okay, guys. Most of the time, because what you're taught in school is batch.
Yeah, but the minimum, it's either quality over quantity.
Well, here's what happens. I can prove to you, I don't know if I have time to do it today. I will prove to you batch versus one-piece flow. One-piece flow will dominate. It's 50 to 100% faster.
Because you're checking everything.
It's scary. I'll give you a real-life example. First, let me give this. You notice I put this up here? Isn't that cool? Picture.
Colors, lines.
And words. I write like crap, so I write bad. You gotta. I do have limitations.
It's like, even though I'm not Superman.
Yeah, I'm not very good at it. I write really bad. I spell horrible. I write really bad. Let me give you a real. This is a story that was told to me when I was really young. Okay, I was at PepsiCo Frito-Lay, and so I still tell it to this day. I have two people standing outside this door. One gentleman's in an Armani suit, okay, stand out here, and I have a fifth grader licking an ice cream cone. They'd be standing right there. I asked both these people to go, would you please come in? They come into your office or your work area. I asked the guy in the Armani suit. You go, hey, could you take a look at your work area? He looks around, he goes, got it. I got a photographic memory. The fifth grader's licking the ice cream cone. He goes, I don't know. Just licking the ice, right? What does he know? I take both people outside the door, shut the door. I take your work area and I pile it into the middle of the floor. All your stuff. Make a pile of shit. My question to you is, who do you have to hire to put it back together? The guy in the Armani suit costs $250 an hour, and the fifth grader only costs an ice cream cone. But everything has to go back exactly where it was. I get to hire the fifth grader. But everywhere I go, they have to hire the guy in the Armani suit. How is that possible in that story? How's that possible? I would be able to hire the fifth grader. And the only words I get to say to him is, I open the door and say, would you come back in and put everything back to where it was? Thank you. And then I leave. How's that possible? It's crazy, isn't it? Think about that story. Do you have any idea? And it's so simple, it'll shock you.
You only gave us a kid with an ice cream.
That's it. You get to pick. Which one can put it all back together?
I'm gonna assume the guy in the Armani suit that said
I can guarantee you,
Both of them could do it, right?
well, depends. It has to be back. I get to hire the fifth grader. I'll just give him an ice cream cone. Doesn't cost me $250 an hour. But I'll have it.
Does he know where to put everything?
I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
How's that possible? Think.
You gotta teach them.
Nope, I don't get to do anything.
Well, if it's his work area.
No, it's not his. It's his. He doesn't know his work area.
Oh, so
I just brought these two off the street. Isn't that fascinating?
Well, if he remembers what it looks like, he can do it.
He's a 5th grader. He remembers an ice cream cone. He knows how to lick.
No, but none of them know how to do it.
Yes, they do.
The Armani
I can
guy
prove
said-
it.
The Armani guy said that he had a photographic memory.
He could instantly put it back. It costs you $250 an hour, though.
Oh, he's got a photograph of him, I didn't hear that.
The Armani. But the 5th grader, I get to hire the 5th grader, just give him an ice cream
How
cone.
much did it cost you to hire them?
An ice cream cone for the 5th grader.
I would still hire the guy in the Armani.
I don't need him.
They'll probably hire you.
They could, yeah. Which is cool, yeah. Usually they are hiring me when this is going on,
Okay,
which is
I'm
cool.
interested to know
How
you have a 5th grader.
Done. I will give you the answer. And you're going to freak because how simple it is. Pictures, color, lines, and words. You ever heard the term picture is worth 1,000 words?
Yeah.
You're a genius. Colors. What does red mean?
Stop usually.
Defective.
Oh my God. I go to Russia. What is
Good, not good,
right? I go to Russia. What does red mean?
Russia.
Well, besides Russian, but stop, right?
Have a drink. No, I'm just kidding.
It could be. What does green mean? Go. I could be in Israel. What does red mean? Red, green, it's the same thing, right? Lines.
It's a universal color as far as.
It's universal. Pictures. You can figure out a picture. Has anybody ever tried to put something together? You look at the instructions going, good God, this is going to kill me. Then you go to YouTube and you're trying to look at watch a video, right? I go, oh, okay, I get it now. I didn't understand a damn thing I was reading.
You actually do that, I do that sometimes.
Absolutely. Pictures, colors, lines. An arrow goes this way. I could be in any country in the world. What does it mean?
That way.
It goes that way. That's right. That's exactly right. Words are limited to interpretation of your language, of who you are. So the secret to the story was, with the guy in the Armani suit and the 5th grader, is I designed the world for a 5th grader. So what does that mean? If there was a TV on the wall, it would be marked TV. And it would have the frame, so you know it's like a puzzle. If you ever seen a puzzle for a kid, like 3 years old, you probably know, you've looked at these. If you've seen them, you have a niece, nephew, I don't know if you have kids.
Yeah, I have kids.
Oh, okay. So, I don't know. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There's numbers and the shapes, and literally you can match it back up. So the 5th grader walks in your area, and he's looking at this and goes, TV, click, book, book. Isn't that fascinating? He doesn't know anything. So you design the world for
You gave him a visual.
I give him, I'm cheating. Everything has a place and has a home. That is 5S in visual control. What did I just give you an example of? Visual control.
Visual control, yeah.
You know you have a factory or an area done right. I could put duct tape on your mouth, and I would go out there, and I would never have to say one word. It should be so simple. Things should be so organized for you. Have you ever had a bad day? Right? Sometimes, welcome to life, right? Everybody has bad days. Do you wish you could have somebody help you on a bad day?
No.
Well, it could be. Yeah, it depends on who it is.
Yeah, no, I don't want nobody.
Yeah, you don't want anybody helping?
No, because I'm already having a bad day, and if they don't do,
But what if I showed you a way where they would be able to help you?
then I would accept it.
That's exactly right. So the point was, it's like I got this, like coming back here. Would you believe one of the things I was doing was I was actually organizing and setting things up so everything had a place, had a home. I found tools people couldn't find for 2 months. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Literally, I had a pile of shit. We took everything, we put this pile in this area. We're sorting out there, go, wow, I've been looking for this. Wow, I've been looking for this. And then think what was happening. So it was interesting. Now we had stuff, and I said, isn't this cool? You got a spot for everything you own, right? All your tools. Somebody comes in your area. Is it fair for you to say, hey, you use my stuff, just make sure you put it back exactly where it belongs, right?
Absolutely fair.
That's exactly right.
On aisle 2, aisle 3.
That's exactly right. And the person who touches it, now guess what happened? I made it safe for somebody going, I could go help them. There was people that were really struggling. Would you believe people actually came over and actually started helping? Because then they felt safe to help. Because they're lost trying to step into your world. And how many people have a bad day? Happens all the time, right? I don't know how you get around it. It's going to happen. But it's nice when things are set up in a way where you can go help each other. Isn't that cool?
Especially when you have a bad day.
Especially when you have a bad day. And so what it does is it made it easier, simpler. Was the person working as hard?
No.
Didn't have to go look for tools. Didn't have to go look for all this stuff. Amazing, isn't it? How simple is that?
Pretty simple.
It's very simple. And your productivity skyrockets because what are we doing? Eliminating waste.
How do you get the buy-in?
Easy. The first thing you do, and we'll talk about this, is we want to create, doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. Like I was in, can I do visual control, do you think, with masking tape and a marker?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure you can.
absolutely. Does it have to be a pretty sticker,
No.
fancy design?
No kidding.
No. I was in Tennessee and I was like, what do we got? Oh, masking tape. Have you got a marker? I said, do you have anything else? Oh, you got some.
What if everything is labeled and stuff still doesn't end up in the right spot?
Ah, that's.
Is what I'm referring to.
Yeah, no, then we can get into that. That's easy because then we can go deal with the individuals. You have a right to call them out on it. There's nothing wrong with somebody touching your stuff. Every place, everything has a place, has a home. Somebody touches it, they need to go put it back. So if you know who touched it, and if you want to, you can easily have a sign-up sheet. You want to touch anything in my area? Sign right here.
Yeah, we've done that. That doesn't work. That doesn't.
Well, and here's the thing.
Nobody wants to sign it. They're like, oh, that's just for that tool? They're like, really? Seriously?
Oh, trust me,
I'm
I
like,
think
"Yeah."
I think they're going to go support you on this because I talked to, yeah, because it's not fair to you, is it? It's not fair to you, right? But I went through and toured it, and I was like, wow, there's a lot of stuff we could do to make this 10 times easier for flow and stuff. So, is that cool? So that answered your question? Is the other one? Let me answer the other question. I'm going to blow the myth between batch and one-piece flow. Anybody heard of Lucky?
One piece to make a batch at a time.
Well, it sounds right? Okay. Anybody heard of Lucky Jeans?
Yeah.
Fancy, right? High dollar.
Yeah. Lucky Brand.
Yeah. You want me to tell you how much they really cost?
Yeah, not much to me.
You're going to cry.
No, for sure it's only going to be like a couple bucks.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay. So they're up in.
And they sell them for.
For 100.
Oh! You probably have some. It's just like.
I don't waste money like that.
I was just like, oh my God. I was like, but it's like zillions of dollars for a pair of jeans, right? So Lucky Jeans up in LA, they're making Lucky Jeans. They have people who have jobs, right? The guy is dying. He goes, I have all these employees and it's cheaper for me to buy these jeans and have them made in China and shipped here because I can get those jeans. It's costing me $4 to make a pair. I can get them shipped and in my hands for just under $3. Made in China.
A hell of a profit.
Hell yeah.
So think about it. If he does nothing and fires all the employees, right? And just orders it from China, has it here, he could get it for $3 and it was costing him $4. Because he has to sell it, his markup is not much because he's got competitors, right? So he's sitting here, he's like, man, I have to sell these around $4.25. He goes, I don't have the margin, right? He goes, and the guy is scared to death. because his employees are like family. Right? And he's looking at me, he goes, oh my God, is there any hope for me? And I said, well, how many employees do you have out in the plant? I have 36. I went, interesting. I said, $4. I said, don't tell me. You're probably doing about 25,000 pairs of jeans a month. Later, I'll tell you how I was able to figure that out. And he goes, yeah, how'd you know that? I said, no problem. I said, can I have 5 minutes? I grabbed my watch and walked over. I said, ooh, this looks like a tech pack for Lucky Jeans. Looks like it has about 6 steps to it. And he goes, yeah. I said, beautiful. I'm going, step number 1. Walked over and I was like, cool. Okay. And here's what happened. Let me see if I get an eraser. Oh, here we go. This will shock you. So the first step was about 26 seconds. I watched somebody cut, get done, right? And then they made a pile. He was doing batch. He was doing thousands of these. Watch him.
You're going to be able to sell.
Well, this is just one part to make a jean, right? But he'd keep cutting them and cutting them and cutting them, right? So there's about 6 steps. Went to the next one. I remember it was probably 60 seconds, something like that. Next step was like 50 seconds. Then I was like 25 seconds. These are the actual processes, right? Watch him go cut or sew it or put something together. And then I think this one was about 52 seconds to make 1 pair of jeans. Something like that. This may have been broken into 2 parts. I think this was 24 and like 26 seconds. There was like 2 parts getting towards the end. Congratulations, I had a pair of jeans, right? How many employees did I say you had? 36. Everybody's making batch, right? Piles of stuff, making batch. He has 36 employees. He looks at me, I walk back after 5 minutes. He goes, is there any hope? And I went, yeah. Is it okay? I think I can increase your productivity. You're buying it from China. I'll increase it 40%. No problem. He's like, wow. Yeah, he went, really? I said, yeah. And I'm sandbagging my ass off. I am sandbagging so bad. Because here's the secret. Everybody's doing batch, right? They're cutting. They're doing their stuff.
One step.
You're doing your 1 step, right? Making tons as you can. Here's what it showed. 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 9 people to do actually the process.
Of the 36, you need 9 people.
I need 9 people, but I have 36 people, which tells me if I lined you up and you cut a piece and hand it to the next person, hand it to the next, hand it to the next, because I need 3 people here, 2 people here. You notice I'm balancing out all the times? I could do that 4 times. Technically, I could make 100,000 jeans. Was I sandbagging? No. I told him only a 40% increase.
Yeah.
Technically, I could do 100,000. Fascinating, isn't it? Here's what was really going on. This is the myth. I'll do a game later. I'm not going to do it today. But what happens was somebody's cutting it, right? They make a pile. What does the individual do? Somebody has to move it.
Right.
Created a job.
You created a job. So there's all these piles of stuff. People are moving stuff around. If I got you to cut your piece and it took 26 seconds, then you turned around and there was 3 of you, right? Because each part takes 60 seconds to do, right? So I need the times to balance. So it's about the same. So there's 1, 2, 3. He keeps cutting them. He hands 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You're going to spit something out every 26 seconds. Did I make a pile? No. It's just handing from one person to the next. No piles. I go to the next, it gets handed to 2 people. Next, one person, one person, one person.
No pile.
No piles. The problem with batch, this is what's the myth, is they don't tell you. Does inventory cost money? It's big money, right? Does it cost a lot of money as soon as I put your labor in it?
Yes.
Absolutely. And I chew up the material, and it's sitting here. So literally, when you walked in, what I saw was piles of money.
Just sitting there.
People are pushing it around. I said, the guy ain't got enough cash. He's got so much piles of stuff. He's only doing 25,000. They're pushing piles around to the next pile. So this person can get it done and push it to the next pile. I said, if I just realigned everybody, just started handing it off and put it in sequence, I don't have any piles. I have raw material and finished product. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think happened to his inventory?
It increased.
Well, his raw material inventory.
Oh. Decreased.
It dropped. Have you ever heard the term WIP? What is WIP? Work in process, right? Cut jeans. What do you think happened to the WIP inventory?
It went down. It
Went to 0. Went from hundreds of thousands of dollars
to 0.
to literally 0. At the end of the day, what you started with, I want raw material, and then the checkered sign, stuff on the checkered sign. If you don't, I have wild WIP, I have to move around, right? Does that mean you're working harder?
No.
If you have to move the WIP, you are.
Oh, yeah. From
Yeah.
the whip, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So think about this. You get to this scenario where these people working their ass off. They were working their ass off in there to get 25,000 units. 36 people killing themselves. Isn't that scary? The problem is, did they know? They're like, oh my God, they had no clue. I said, oh, can I show you a different way? That's thing you're like, oh my God, this is easier. I'm like, yes. Now you don't have to shut down. Now you can beat China. So, standard work batch, that's one piece. Cross-functional teams. What do you think that means? Beautiful. Is that a big deal?
Yep.
Very big deal.
Very big deal. Because what happens is the more we do, the only thing I'm really going to focus on right now is probably this, this, this. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, by the way, you notice there's about 12 things. There's 5S tools, visual, work cells. You know what a work cell is? Everybody hear those work cells? Yeah.
It's like an area that you have set up to do a specific job. It has
Yep.
different tools and consumables that you use.
Absolutely. So in business, there's linear, like a production line, right? There's work cells. Why do you think they have work cells? Work cells help a lot in small business, right? Well, you may go, well, maybe. It does. Think about what happens is you may have to do multiple things. The trick is balancing things out in a work cell where if your thing takes 1 minute and this guy can get it done in 30 seconds, is there a problem?
Yeah.
Right. I probably need 2 of you to balance him, right? Otherwise, he's standing around. Was that his fault?
No.
No. That's business. Work cells are designed to give you the ability to balance it out because you have limited staff, right? I made group activities for you, to you two, or for you to balance this guy out. That's how a work cell works. And then value stream mapping. You know what value stream mapping is? That's a fancy term. Guess what it is? Trying to figure out the easiest way to get something done. That's it. Flip over to the next page. There's 8 wastes in every business.
Overproduction.
Yep. Oh, by the way, I'm going to hand this to you so you can put this in your pocket.
Thank you.
There you go. So it's small, but I made it into business cards. Overproduction. So now, think about this waste. Does this apply to every business?
Yes.
Is there a business that doesn't?
It depends if they produce other food.
Doesn't matter though, does it? What if you were a service business? Would this apply?
Yes,
Absolutely.
because the longer the food sits, it loses value because it doesn't taste as good, the quality
Exactly.
Wow, you must have been in the service business.
goes. Not since high school.
Okay, but she paid attention very quickly, right? There is not a business this does not apply to. The reason I gave you these cards is, what if someday you're not here?
Keep that in mind.
I want you to have this because this is apply any place you ever work? Yes.
Yeah.
Anything you ever do? Yes. What if you start a business? Yes. It's about knowing. If you know, inventory, too high for demand, waiting, ooh. Transportation, what do you think that means? Moving stuff around, right?
Yeah.
Or not just out on the road, but moving things around. If I have to load your truck, unload your truck. Some places you go to, like I'll go into the building, it's like I got my product almost at the finish line, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, uh-oh, I need these parts for a product that's actually going out right now. So I bring it back, I disassemble. I'm sure that's never happened here. Has that ever happened?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it does?
No, it happened today.
Ooh. Is that funny? How would I know that?
I don't know.
God, I'm psychic.
Oh, the rack? You know what I'm talking about, the rack?
Motion, going on safari.
This is in my pocket.
Yeah, I knew you.
Oh, man, dude.
I told you to ask him.
You should ask everybody.
Sorry.
No, I love it. Then you got motion, going on safari, looking for tools, trying to find this. Or I don't have my paperwork, you have to run up front. Oh my God, hey, do you have the Traveler? Do you have a Traveler? No. Okay, so I saw the look of, what's a Traveler? Uh-oh. So don't worry, that can be easily fixed. But you're going on safari looking for paperwork. Does that waste your time? Yeah. I'm like, dang. Defects. Does that waste your time? Yes. Employee skills. This is one will blow you away. This is one of the biggest ones I get frustrated with every day I go into a company. I see all this talent wasted. It's horrible. Like I went to Tennessee. I was there 2 weeks. I learned more hanging out with these guys, fixing the stuff, going, wow, this guy could go do this. This guy should be in charge over here. I was going back going, hey, do you realize you got some guys that could be some supervisors and other stuff? And they're like, really? I went, yeah, they're smart. Underutilized talent. But they never had the time to really do stuff and show their talent, because what were they doing? Chasing their tail, trying to get stuff done. As soon as they figured out, they're like, oh, we could go do this. Let's go do this. I was like, what? Here, come here. Check this out. These guys should be in charge over in this area. And 2 people got promoted in 2 weeks. How crazy is that? And it wasn't anything magical. We got the noise out of the way, then their talents were able to shine. Make sense? Flip to the next page. Value added. Non-value. Remember I gave you the example earlier? The bottle? How complicated is this? Whew. An essential non-value. What do you think the art of the game is? I want value, and I'm trying to eliminate anything that's non-value. If I had a perfect world, all I want is for you to be able to make something. So say you're doing assembly, right? Do you think I want you walking around? No. I'd rather have you in the most comfortable position possible. I only have to do this, put this here, do this, put this here, do this, put this here. Great. Slides off to the next area. All right. Is it time for Oprah yet? Well, didn't want to ruin your day. Sorry. And think about it. If you got done within a few hours, do you think somebody, and this is, I'm going to get the myth out of the room right now. Do you think somebody's really trying to go fire you?
Yeah, for what?
Oh, the myth. Everybody's scared. Oh my God, if I become efficient, I'm only working 3 or 4 hours. They're going to fire me. No. There's so much to do to grow the business. Why do you think people are having me come in? I know Tina. She's worked for me. They're healthy. They want to get healthier. We know there's opportunities like this. I can tell you this. Inventory. I walked through very quickly. I went, it's not your fault.
No, it isn't.
No, you're just figuring it out, counting, trying to deal with it. There's a method to the madness on how you do it. And it was like, if we could get that money down to here, what do you think he's able to go do?
Spend.
Yes. Oh, by the way, so let me help you with the financials real quick.
I'll use the restroom real quick.
Yeah, no worries. People think, oh, the owners, oh, they're just going to make more money and put it all in their pocket. He would rather, most businesses, I will tell you, because I've been in, 400 or 500 small businesses. Guess what they want to do with the money?
Invest it?
Reinvest it. To grow the business.
They're not losing out.
Yeah, they're not losing out. Oh, by the way, if I reinvest, I'm going to tell you a little secret. See this down here? Remember, my taxes are 45%. I go out and spend $500,000. I save the money, right? And I can buy you some cool tools. He's going to go take that money and spend it. He will turn around and get to write off 50% of that on his taxes, year one. Anybody heard of Amazon?
No, not yet.
Right?
Yeah, she lives down the street, right?
Absolutely. With a lot of trucks. If you've heard of Amazon, 20 years in a row, how much taxes did Amazon pay?
2%.
Nope.
0.
0.
Wow. Biggest gangster ever, huh?
Scary, huh?
Yeah, it is.
They made a ton of money.
Corporation or something?
Oh, no. So remember, it's a little trick, right? I said net profit was here. A fortune. What did I tell you? I could do 50% write-off if I bought something.
That's what they do. Buy.
Reinvest
Everything.
100%.
They're investing. So what they do is I will go out. I'm going, I made $1 billion net profit. Let me go buy something. I get to write off 500 million of it for $1 billion, right? I'll go out and buy something I get to write off 500 million the first year.
Half of it.
Half of it straight up. Get it? Oh, by the way, if I get to write off half, am I paying taxes on $1 billion now? No. I'm only paying taxes on 500 million.
Exactly.
I bought a company at a discount, 30% off. Did I just turn you into a brilliant businessman?
Yeah, you did.
Remember that, right? Now, I may not have used all my money. I may have went and borrowed the money. Now, if he's really smart, he went and borrowed the money, bought it, and wrote it off, and I wrote the interest off. It's horrible. 0 taxes, 20 years in a row. I went out, they bought this company, bought this, or bought this investment, bought this, and wrote it all off, paid no taxes. You paid more taxes than Amazon. Every one of you.
Yeah, if they're paying, if they're doing 0, yeah.
You're paying more.
Yeah.
But think about, so a small business, Do they really just want to put the money in their pocket, or do they want to reinvest in the business to make it grow, make it stronger, and build a legacy? They want to reinvest. So the myth is, oh my God, if I become efficient, they want to get rid of me. No, they want it to become efficient, so if I have capacity, I know how to fill it up. I know.
Use that person.
Yes, I want to utilize it. Like I know we'll become even more efficient here. Does that mean there's going to be, we need to work with the salespeople on how to sell and get more business? Sure. Is that easy? Super easy. Would you believe lean principles work in sales?
I would think so.
Yes, it does. I've had sales. Same stuff. You just need to show them how to do it. Right? If I show you, can you do it? Sure. I could take any one of you guys and probably turn you into a salesperson. Not a big deal. It's nothing. It's just being exposed. If you were shown, you're going, oh, I could do that. Oh, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, honestly, you're probably doing harder stuff. It's just understanding. Make sense? The last page just shows, it's a kind of a big circle. Just a big circle, right? Here's what this really means. My current state, future state. I come back, I do it again. Here's how it works. Guess what my standard is by day? This is going to shock you.
I don't know.
1% improvement. How hard is that?
Not hard at all.
That's it, 1%. It's interesting. I only had, my standard was I wanted 1% improvement per day, and I wanted us to figure out how to make things easier every day. And yet every year I went to the plant. I mean, I'll give you my career real quick. It was I was under PepsiCo Frito-Lay. I had to go to learn route sales. They put me out. My boss, you're gonna love this. Here, I want you to hop in that Frito-Lay truck, go drive around, do vacation relief, take over for this sales guy. You're the sales guy. Hands me the book. He goes, I'm gonna give you a great sales guy. Hands me a book. Hop in. I was like, okay, great. I drove to the store. Walk into the store. Looked at the book. Here's what they normally order. I went, fantastic. Okay. Here's what we're promoting, which is going to be on sale. Lay's potato chips, BOGO, buy one, get one free, right? Something 20% off. So I went and made the order, went out to the truck, put the stuff in the store, went to the next store, I did that, right? I read his binder. He was on vacation. My boss goes, how was it? Fantastic. I was like, I did pretty good. They go, I got all the displays up, so, right? He goes, great, I'm going to give you another route sales guy. Holy fudge puckers. I hopped in his truck. Looked at his book. I'm like, oh my God. I went to the store and I was like, I think I need this. I'm going through. Then it was like, store's calling me. Oh my God, I'm out of product. His notes were horrible, right? I couldn't figure it out. My first day, I must have worked 14, 15 hours that day. The next day, same thing. I was dying. Got back, my boss goes, how was it? Holy jeez, this guy sucks. He goes, what did you learn? I go, that binder is the Bible. Binder number 1. What did it show me? I walked into, say, a Ralph's, right? You got Ralph's? Walked in, it goes, here's the shelf. Here's all the items in here. Here's what I normally sell per day or per week on every item.
You had it down to a science.
It was simple, right? So did I have to really know anything?
No, you just read it. Nope.
That was it. I just looked at it, said this, and then when it's on display in this store, he goes, on display at this store, base business 4 times. Multiply it by 4. I went, oh, okay. How hard was that?
Not hard.
Number 2, what do you think he had?
Sounded like a bunch of scribbling.
Yeah, frickin' scribbling. I couldn't figure out shit what the hell they were selling by day. So I was putting stuff in there, and then it was not the right quantities. And so then I had to come back the next day, put more stuff into the store. I was making 100 trips. So the point was, did the first guy set me up for success?
Yes.
The second guy set me up for failure. But my boss had me do that on purpose. Right? He wanted me to see there's a difference on how you set things up. Because it should be set up for him or you. I could have took any one of you in this room with that first guy, and you would have ran the route sales. Tell me how cool that is.
Simple.
It's simple. That's exactly right. So from there, I went in. I had to do all that stuff. Went over. Had to go work in business finance. They wanted me to learn financials, all this stuff. I was doing that. Turned around, became a supervisor. Next thing you know, they moved me to a plant. So I had to run 2 shifts in a plant. And then all of a sudden, Cheeto 1 flies in. And I saw the CEO of PepsiCo Frito-Lay standing in the middle of the plant at midnight. I was at the plant and I was like, that is Steve Brandman. Holy fudge puckers. What is this guy's? I mean, you ain't getting any higher than the CEO. I was like, what the heck is he doing in here? This is not cool. I was scared to death. He just stand there. I remember he was standing just in the lunchroom, walked in at midnight. His jet plane just landed. Gulfstream 1, whatever the hell they call it. It was Cheeto, his Chester Cheeto on the tail. It was pretty cool. So he's standing there. I was like, whoo. Next day I walked into the other building. All the managers were gone in the private fleet. All of them. Fired them all instantly. I walked to the other building. I was like, where's everybody at? They're no longer here anymore. I was like, whew. I only heard of this stuff, right? And one of my mentors took over everything. And then I'm over at the plant running stuff. He goes, congratulations, Randy. We just put you in charge of the whole private fleet. I went,
You by yourself?
yeah, I was running everything, the operations. And I was like, okay. He goes, believe in you, fix it. I was like, well, it's no problem. When? Or Cheeto 1 flies back in. You're executed, right? Lean principles. We turned around the operation, went number 1, dropped all the costs. The drivers were happy. We streamlined all their work. We leveled out the business. For that, I got promoted. They went, here, Randy, go to St. Louis, fix it. And
That's getting promoted.
what's that?
That's getting promoted. You know,
Yeah, it was interesting. It was scary how it happened. They go, here, we're having problems in St. Louis. The market was crashing. And they said, go to St. Louis, see if you could fix it. I'm lean, trained, right? Where do you think I went? I went to the people who worked in the stores, who were the issue. The driver. I went to you and I said, hey, can I ride with you? Just tell me if this is not genius. Can I ride with you? I just want to understand what your issues are. He goes, sure.
How his process is.
Yeah, what he's dealing with. And I was like, oh, I get it. You can't get things through a DC, pick your product up. I get it. And then I was like, oh, wow, why don't we just delay an order 24 hours? I'll have it picked at a plant, dropped off, and then I'll have it delivered to the store for you. And he goes, you could do that? I went, yeah. Delayed it 24 hours. Made his life easier. Oh, by the way, they were like, here, stay another week. Then all of a sudden I got a phone call. Oh, congratulations, Randy. We just put you in charge. I went, oh, what does that mean? Oh, just stay there. We'll move you. I was like, I hung up and called my wife. What the hell does this mean? Don't worry, we'll pick you up and move you. But that's how that went. But think about it. Was it simple? Lean. So where do you start? Every one of you. So
You start with the people that get their
Ground
hands
floor.
dirty.
your ground floor, right? Do you have problems you're dealing with every day?
Every day.
Every day. Let me go show you something real quick. Let's go play a quick game. This is really hard. Okay? I'm going to leave these face down. Perfect. Everybody got a pencil or a pen? This is going to be difficult. Don't look. No looking.
Cheater.
Total cheater. Face down. All right. Now, have you guys learned anything yet?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. Have we made this boring enough yet?
You're doing something to simplify.
Yes. I want you to
Make
realize,
us work easier.
absolutely, I want you to realize how simple it is to make your world an easier place. And how hard we actually make it for you. I know it sounds crazy. Okay, here's the first thing. There's 90 numbers on this piece of paper. This is your world. No cheating, homie. I got eyes. Okay.
I'm like, it's all right, you know, some gold right there.
Oh my God. Oh, she busted it. I love it. Okay, so imagine this is your world, your workplace, right? Now I hand stuff out to you. I said, okay, great. I need you to go start at number 1 and go through number 90, and I want you to circle those numbers in order. So I just handed you work to do, right? And you're going to have 1 minute to get them all done.
Just circle 1 through.
Start 1, circle it, find number 2, circle it, find number 3, circle it, find number 4, circle it, find number 5. I want to see how far you can get. This is business and what we do to you, okay? Does that make sense, guys? So you got a pencil, you find number 1, circle it, find number 2, then circle it, and you're going to have 1 minute. I want to see how far you can go. You ready?
And there's 99 numbers.
No.
What's that?
And there's 99 numbers, you said?
There's 90, yeah.
90.
Yeah, there's 90 there. So this is your workplace. Okay, you ready? Get on your mark, and you got 1 minute. Get set, go. It's not a problem. It's super easy.
Yeah.
There's no 1.
Are you doing them in order?
No.
You have to do them in order.
Oh, I was in the beginning and then I stopped.
No. Starting number 1, doing them in order. See, defect, defect, defect. How we doing, guys? Isn't this easy?
Glasses work, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, whoa.
It's super easy, isn't it? And you've got about another 15 seconds. I'm sure you got most of them done.
There's numbers on here more than.
Yeah.
Stop. Stop. Okay. All right. How far up did you get? You. We'll start with
I
you.
got 1.
You got 1? It's not bad. How'd you do, buddy?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. Hey, he got 8. That's actually really good.
Oh, that is good.
What'd you get?
7.
7? Not bad. You can call him loser. It's okay. All right, so no. How'd you get?
I found 1.
1. It's hard, right? How'd you do?
12.
What's that?
12.
12. Woo! Did you hear this? We got a rock star on the end. 12. How'd you do? Not bad. How'd you do? 15. Look at this. Dude.
He's fired for a reason.
How'd you guys do?
I did 3.
3?
6.
6. It's good. How about you?
I know there's 3.
Pardon me?
7.
7. That's good. 3? What was the problem?
So many numbers scattered around.
Right?
It throws you off. Like,
Yeah. So.
Like I was trying to find it too, and I didn't even fucking see it.
Oh, it's hard. So I was going through. You probably averaged about 6. Does that sound about right? Did I do that about right? It averaged out, I figured, between everybody about 6.
On
About
an
6?
average, yeah.
About average? Okay. But was that hard?
It was harder than if the numbers were all the same size, all lined up in sequence.
Oh, interesting. If the numbers were the same size, same thing, it would have been easier, right?
And if it was in sequence, yes, it would.
Okay. Right? Something would have helped.
they
But tell me
were
this
all-
is not normal how things happen in your world. I throw stuff out to you, right? Did I just not give you chaos?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Oh, okay. Now, management goes, okay, I heard you. Let's see if we can make it a little bit better. we'll do a little bit of lean. And we're going to get some of the stuff out of your area. Okay? In other words, let's take some of the noise out. So I'm going to put this out there. You can throw this away. You want to keep them? No, you can keep it just to piss yourself off. That's cool. Here, these are upside down.
That's for the kids later. No.
You're right, probably. Here's the second one. Keep it down.
1 through 90 in order. I'll be back.
Now, think about it. In that first one, I asked you to get something done. What if I told you at the same time that I wanted you to see if there was any defects or if there was something missing or something was wrong? Could you have found it?
What we were doing?
Yeah, could you have found that? No, right?
In time, yeah.
That's exactly
You're asking
right.
me to do it in a minute.
It's impossible.
Oh, yeah.
But it may take you all day.
Yeah.
So it gets back to something. Is it an effort issue?
Is that right or like that?
Okay. So we did a little bit of what we call 5S. All right? In other words, here, let me get stuff out of the area that does not belong. I know 40 of these numbers don't belong in there. I think it was 40 or 50. 40. Yep. There was 90 before, so I took 40 of them out. You got 1 minute, and I want you to do it in sequence again. 1, 2, 3. Makes sense? Circle them, find them in sequence. Get on your marks. Get set. Go. What do you think, guys? Is it a little easier? Ooh, interesting.
There's 5 twice.
Ooh, nice. Okay, stop. That was good. That was a good catch.
Huh?
That's good.
Attention to detail for seniors. Somebody call them out on Monday.
Okay, so how'd you do? Was it, hold it, was it a little bit easier than round one?
Yeah. Because it wasn't as,
Now that I
it
understand.
wasn't as filled. So there's more numbers here.
Right.
Kind of like.
It's less cluttered, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was like.
It was less cluttered. Now think about this. Really all we did was say, hey, there's stuff that didn't belong and it was less cluttered. But did it become easier? Right? So how many did you do on the end? One?
Oh, okay.
How many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Beautiful. How about you, bud?
I think I did 11.
No, you got 12.
12. There you
12. Perfect. That's good. How about you?
9? 9?
Yeah.
9.
9. Cool.
17.
17. Woo. How about you? 19. Look at that. How about you?
13.
13. How about you, buddy?
16.
16. Beautiful. 18. Look at that. What did you do? What did you do round one? 3 to 18. And what did you do?
Did 8.
8. What did you do round one?
6.
Right.
5.
And how about you, bud?
I did 5.
5. And what did you do round one?
7.
Uh-oh, it got worse?
He's like, I knew where everything was
It's
at.
okay.
Paper.
It's okay. How'd you do?
20.
20. Now, let's go back. So that was round 2. We took some stuff out.
I understood what I was doing this time. Just trying to beat the system.
So you're probably 17. You did 20. So probably about 13 average. That sound about right based on what we heard? Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Because I'm
You
going
got, what, 18? She got 20.
20.
I got 13. Maybe someone else got 13. You got 12.
Yeah.
So that,
But there's two fives.
but we had 220, so what did it say, 12? Probably better? 12?
But there's two fives.
Okay, so here, let's do it again. So give me your numbers real quick, I'll add them up. What was yours? 20?
20.
What was yours? 25?
8.
33?
18,
33, 40, 41?
15,
56?
13.
69?
19.
75?
17.
75, so 92?
Defense.
9? 101?
13,
14? 13? 127.
Joe.
Huh?
I see what it is.
And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I called it out.
1, so 1, so it's about 11.7.
On an average.
Yep, on an average. Isn't that crazy?
6 to 11.7.
Isn't that crazy? All we did was take stuff that did not really belong out of your way. Why would that make such a difference?
It's not cluttered. It's not as cluttered.
When you're looking for something, you have less options
That's exactly right.
to consider.
This is really interesting. Gets into the human psyche, your brain. This is everybody. If it doesn't have a place, then your mind's having to go like this. It's freaking out going, where is it at?
Yeah, the homework.
Yes, and then it's like it's over processing. And then if you look at it, have you ever noticed that then all of a sudden you can't see anything? Because you can see it for everything for a second, and then all of a sudden it kind of goes blurry. And it goes, oh, I'm just like, it's like the forest for the trees, you know, you kind of get lost in the middle. That's what your brain really wants and craves is organization. Your brain remembers things like a file cabinet. Serious. It goes, oh, I stored here, here, here. If I have things in a certain spot, now God help me if I put it in a certain spot, right? Is it even easier?
Yeah, because I know where it is.
Because you don't even have to think, right?
Yeah.
Here, and I'll get into this a little bit more, but it was interesting. All we did was take some clutter, stuff that doesn't belong. You'll hear this term, we'll use it in some place called red tagging.
Red tagging.
Have you heard that before? Maybe some places will go, here's what it means. Hey, if it doesn't belong in my area, I put a red tag in it. In other words, if I haven't used it, sometimes it's the last 3 months, 6 months, you put a tag on it.
It's useless. You know not to.
It shouldn't be in your primary space. If you're not using it every day, it should not be right here. It's clutter. Everything you touch should be right here, and then it goes outward from there.
Yeah, kind of like we use. We have toolboxes.
Yes.
Okay, and I put all the tools that I normally use in a day in it and leave that in it.
Yes.
And when I need to go to a different section, I just take it with me.
Yes.
And I have my tools with me.
That's exactly right. And we take
them.
absolutely. And so that's a big deal. Everything. So now we're going to take it one step further. We decided to make it a little more organized. What's that?
Tic-tac-toe, it looks like.
No, you think so, right? Now I'm only going to give you 30 seconds because it's getting too easy. Okay. Now I took these are upside down. We decided to organize it and kind of group things a little bit, right? So we got some of the crap out of the way. Now we decided to go kind of group things.
I'm curious to do the first one you gave us after you have us do this 4 or 5 times.
Yes.
If all the numbers are in exactly the same place, even with the clutter, I think that the memory that we take on of circling everything over and over, the repetitive
Yes.
motion,
Ah.
eventually your brain just picks up on it.
Ooh. Interesting.
So when you know it's there, it's like muscle memory.
You're a smart young lady. Very good. Okay, hold it down. No cheating, homie. Flip that puppy over. I know
Homie?
it.
Who's the homie?
It wasn't cheating.
Homie.
I love the mask. Now, what's the deal on the side? What does it say?
Awesome.
Okay, you got now. So
Hopefully.
Hey, that's better than my Tom Selleck mask, all right? So, if you want. Oh, hold it. I got a better one. Where's it? Oh, let me go. Here. I'll tell you this one. What's that?
No,
This one's even better.
I like that one.
Who's this one?
Freddie Mercury?
No, it could be, except bigger teeth. Even
Oh, yeah.
Tiger King.
Oh, Tiger King.
Is that cool? Sorry, I gotta have some fun. I was going through the I go through the airport, I wear this. I do it through the TSA on the
Somebody tell them
plane.
who Tom
It's
Selleck is.
hilarious.
I don't know how to do.
It's just hilarious, the reactions they're getting. It's like, okay, that's actually cool. You know?
Big
So,
mustache.
okay, so, all right, you got 30 seconds. All right, so now we decided to organize and we tried to group things a little bit, okay? So, get on your marks, get set, start at 1 and go all the way through, right? And you get 30 seconds. Go. Flip it over. There you go. Now we tried to group it. It's not perfect, but we did try to group.
What the fuck?
I just can't find fucking two.
It happens.
Okay, whoever's scribbling their pen needs to stop already.
Okay, stop. All right.
Oh, that ain't right.
Okay, how did you do on the end? So let me add them up real quick. How'd you do, Juan?
Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, 13 again.
Okay, that gives you 26 because you did it in 30 seconds. How about you?
I got 9.
9, so that gives you 18.
So you did the same in half the time.
Okay, how about you, buddy? 9, so that gives you 18. And then how about you?
I got 7 twice.
You got
7, but that gives you 14. Perfect. Because remember, that was 30 seconds. How about you? 5. 5, that gives you 10. 10? 7? 14? Nice. How'd you do?
35.
35. He's a machine.
You would get in a minute.
So that tells me you would have done 70. He's an anomaly. He's a freak. I love it. Dude, well done, man. That's fast. How about you? How'd you do?
14.
14. How'd you do?
I didn't do.
It's okay.
I did two.
You did 2, so it gives you 4. Hey, but hold it. Does that happen in business?
Some
Yes.
days, yes.
Yes.
But Gus just pointed out.
And what did you have? 7? I'm sorry, 7?
14.
14? So you had 28. And then, how'd you do, Gus?
13?
13. Wow, it's 26.
Pointed out to me that it's the same thing, just in squares.
Yes. And then,
Yeah, that's what I just said right before we did it.
how we doing, Stacy? How'd you do?
I got 11.
So 22.
Oh, now.
Interesting. So we got 44, 62, 76, 86, there's 100, 74, 102, 128, 150.
Still haven't gotten my pill. No, I'm just kidding.
I want to go to the Matrix.
We're in the Matrix, senior.
Take me now.
So, round 3.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Thanks for sharing.
Yes, you got a problem?
So did you notice something, guys?
Right
Take
there,
it.
right
Hey,
there.
do you guys need to take a 5-minute break? No? Okay, cool. Did you notice that, look, you just averaged 24.2. Because this was in 30 seconds. No, interesting. That's even with you having a bad day.
Yeah.
Does that happen in business?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. Was I stressed over it?
No.
He was.
I know he was.
Yeah.
But think about it. Was I stressed over it?
You or me?
No, me. Me. Was I stressed
I
over
don't
it?
know, Rick.
Everybody has a bad day,
Right. I
right?
had one right now.
But isn't that fascinating? Look at what the numbers did. You went from 6.
But it's still increased.
Look, from where you started, this is a 400 10% increase.
In productivity?
Yes.
There you go.
Did we do anything fancy?
Nope.
It's just,
Put in a little brain work.
oh, and guess what? We're going to make it even worse one more time.
Hey,
Let's do it backwards now.
go wig now. You're all tripping.
Let's see where our productivity is going.
Perfect. Lay these down. Okay. So now, this one's hard.
There's 2 3s and there was 2
Keep it upside down.
Only on the first one.
We're going to do it again.
Yeah, on each different page.
Right.
There's probably a 9. My dog, now we gotta do it fast.
Do it in 20 seconds.
This time I'm going to give you,
If it's been around the chair 3 times.
yeah, I mean, good. This time I'm going to give you 5 seconds.
Ah, nah, that's too late.
Okay, 10 seconds. Is that okay? Look, man, we got doubters down here on the end. Dang.
Turn the chair.
Watch it be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, not really on 1.
He has a timer on the wall.
Is this cool? So now we got round 4. Think about it.
Oh my God.
Think about this. Now I want you to find everything from 1 to 49. Encircle them, right?
Okay.
This is round 4. And you said 10 seconds, right?
That's fair.
Is that fair? I was just being mean, man. I said 5. You got to circle. Okay, I'll give you 10. I mean,
Do a track of 5.
yeah.
How much we get done in 5.
Hold it. Let's. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm feeling liberal. What if I give you 15 seconds?
Fuck it, let's go.
Don't worry. I'll edit out the cuss words for everybody on that. Don't worry. You're fine. Don't worry about it. I'll edit out because if you heard me, I say things I shouldn't say anyway. So.
The first sentence you told me.
Yeah, I was like, ooh. I gotta. That's the Kansas side.
First sentence you told me.
And so there, I'm just waiting for her to get back real quick, just to be fair. But it's interesting. Have I asked you to work harder yet?
No. No, I think we're working harder on our own.
Well, you know, look. Are you naturally competitive?
Everybody, I think, is.
Absolutely. But it's very, yeah. But everybody gets very frustrated. Think about it.
Oh, yeah.
And how much time do you spend at work?
8 hours a day.
It's a lot. Should you feel frustrated, or should it be a little bit of fun?
Half and half, I would imagine.
Yeah, you can have fun no matter what you do. Not everything's.
Here at work.
Yeah,
You try.
yeah. You want to have a little bit of fun. I think so, right?
Well, you know, we're in a work environment, when you're working with somebody every day, you know, little jokes and. You know,
Absolutely. Look, like I said, I joke I'm kind of a blue collar executive. You know, I think it's because I grew up on a farm. You know, I worked, you know, with my hands. I was baling twine and duct tape. You know, they joke about the farm, but it's amazing what you can do with baling twine and duct tape. I swear. Man, I've repaired tractors with duct tape. Oh man, it's scary. But there's nothing wrong, I think, with that. The trick is you don't want people to kill themselves, and it's so hard. Think about it. We want a place where, if you're having a bad day, wouldn't it be nice to be able to go to a temp agency and say, hey, can you just get me a warm body in here to help me? If you design your world, is that feasible?
There's a lot of companies that run like that.
Yes.
Agencies, like temporary agencies.
Well, and you don't want to run that's not the point of the agency.
It like flushes. I've worked for warehouses like that.
Yeah.
I worked for 7 for all Mac Jeans. Similar like Lucky Brand.
Yeah.
Same shit. They ran their whole company through agencies, like temporary employees.
Yeah, and just so you know, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
That's not the intent. And God help if I found out a company that I went in and was doing something, and they did that to the employees.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you ain't talking to me ever again. That's not, I mean, that's not my, yeah, it's there for you. It makes sense? We do this because it's your house. The only thing I want is when things get bad or volume gets busy, how do I help you to get it done? So then you can flex with the temp. I don't care at that point. I just need somebody to help you. So you can direct them, do this, this, and this, and it makes your life when you set it up correctly. Get it? So now this one, you have 15 seconds. And you have to figure out 1 through 49. Okay? This one's difficult. He bribed me. I was going to go do 5. He said 10. I said I was feeling generous, so I gave 15. Okay, on your marks, get set, go.
I'm done.
Yeah. Okay, stop. What was the hardest part?
Circling it?
Circling it.
Right,
Consistency and quality?
right. So now, this is interesting. So think about it. So how many did you get done? 45?
Try, man.
No, I know, but think about it. You did 45. How many did you get?
17.
17? And this is in 15 seconds? And what'd you do? 35?
45.
45? Or, so this is 180. And what'd you do? 17?
17.
Times 4, so it'd be 78.
If they wanted to.
And what'd you do? 33. So 132.
22.
22 times 4, so it'd be 88.
32.
32. For 128. 40. Woo! 160. Dang. The king. We're not worthy. 35. All right. 140. How'd you do?
49.
49. Nice. So 196.
49.
196. How'd you do, Gus? 30? That's good, right? It's hard. The hardest part was circling, right?
32.
32. That's good. Did we notice the trend? Round 4. Woo. All right, who's got a calculator to add this one up? Oh my God. I'm not going to do this in my head. My head will hurt. Who wants to add it for me real quick?
1600.
Sorry, let me get it away.
180 plus
78,
78 plus
132,
132
plus 88, plus 128, plus 160, plus 140, plus 196, plus 196, plus 120, plus 128. Equals?
I think it was over 1,100.
What do you have, 1,600? Who cares? 16.
Yeah, it's roughly 1600.
Perfect. 1,600 divided by 11. So we got 1, 5, 5. So we're running about 155.2 per minute. So where we started? How crazy is this?
What a crazy number from where we started.
Now, here's the last one I was going to give you. I have one more. Now, what I want you to do is, I know you can count. Quit cheating. God damn it. He's like, I got to go. Look.
Sorry.
So,
That's that different lifestyle we're talking about.
this, beautiful. This time, I want you to just check mark. You don't have to circle, or you can circle is what you want. I'm going to give you a minute. I'll give you a minute, or 30 seconds is more than enough. But 30 seconds, but I want you to put an X on every defect.
Every defect?
Every defect, which means if a number is missing, that's a defect. I want an X. Is that cool?
Only if missing numbers, is that the only possibility?
So we're putting-
That's the only possibility.
So
The only possibility.
There's no doubles, there's no.
No, the only possibility is if a number is missing, that means there was a defect. I want an X. So you do your circles. I want to know how many circles you got and how many defects you got. Is that cool?
X's and O's.
X's and O's. You're going to circle the number, and if I find a defect, put an X. Because we caught a defect. And then I want you to tell me when we get done what that defect was. You'll be able to tell me. Isn't that cool? In 30 seconds, I want to see what you can do. You ready? Mark, get set, go. If you miss a number, it's a defect. If there's a number missing, excuse me. Oh, I gave you a blank? I screwed you over.
His are all defects.
You're 100% defect. Oh, I apologize. Somehow, sorry about that, bud. Clock yours over. Sorry. Perfect. Did you get done? Wow. Wow, that was pretty good, right? Okay, you can stop except for the cat on the end. All right, keep going, buddy. You still got time. You still have time. Did you find any defects?
Yes, 2.
Oh, you may not have made it all the way. If a number is missing, only if a number is missing. It's all right, you can mark them. Was there certain numbers missing? Okay, stop. Down on the end. All right, you're done, bud. You're good. Okay.
The 50.
Was there, what numbers were missing?
18, 42, and 50?
Yeah. How did you know that?
Because there's nothing in the square.
And the numeration continues.
How hard was that?
Difficult.
It's really difficult, right? Think about that for a second. Were you able to spot a defect?
I actually missed one. He told me one.
Yeah. What's that?
Actually, if we're going to 50, the defect is 1 to 49. It should say 1 to 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another defect.
Nice, Joe.
Very good.
Catch, bro. Once in a while, man.
Very good catch.
Or technically, that would not be a defect.
It is another defect.
Brain fart every once in a while, right?
That's smart. But hold it. Notice what just occurred.
Yeah, 50 didn't count.
Right. He caught the other one. But think about this.
49.
He may have saw 2, right? But how many people are sitting here? 12, right? Did some of you other guys notice other things?
The numbers, they're different sizes?
They're different sizes. Is that a problem as well? It could be. Yes.
If they weren't in order like this, it's difficult like this.
That's exactly
Being
right.
small.
So now I just wanted to take a step back. Did you guys notice that you actually had teamwork at the very end? You were actually willing to help each other? Because you were all looking at the thing going, oh, well, hold it. Here's the deal. And he goes, oh, I just noticed I wasn't 50.
Yeah.
Now, it's scary if you can walk through a plant and it's designed like this. Can you spot a problem? Could you spot one?
Yes.
Could you spot one? Could you spot it? Could you spot it? Would that be nice if you're walking by his area? Hey, I just noticed something. This doesn't look right.
Yeah,
Get it?
something on the floor.
That's exactly right. How complicated was that?
Communication.
Yeah, so think about it. I'm going to give you a second one. Here's another business card. These are really complicated. Do you know why I made these? I know they're laughable because I wanted it so you had them. I do it for, do you think I do these for management or I do it for you?
For us.
That's exactly right. I do it for you. Is it your house? It's your house. That's exactly right. Are you living in your house every day and have to run around? Yes. Is it really cool when you can figure out something's not right in your house? Yeah. If you look at the card, there's really 5 things, the 5S. This is so complicated. It goes sort. Remember I used the term red tag?
Yeah.
If something doesn't really belong, what did we do with the first exercise? Yeah, I want to get it out of your area, right?
Either that or if it's stuff, for an example, if it's broken, you red tag something.
That's exactly right. Think about it. If you're not using it, right? Think about your priority. Right here are things I use. Then I move one step out. Should be the next things I use. The next things I use are after that. And it goes out. That's how you design. Red tagging is saying, here, let me get the crap out of your way. All we did is take numbers out. Does it become easier? Less cluttered. Your brain focuses. Simplify. Ooh. What do you think simplify means?
Makes it easier.
That's it. And here's the good. What do I need? Where do I locate it? How many do I need? Tools used. Border paint.
Yeah.
Tape. Address labels, masking tape, markers, shadow boards. Do you know what a shadow board is?
Shuttle board.
It's a fancy term. So there's different shadow boards. Here's a shadow board. Look, I'm not an artist, okay? So don't laugh too much.
It's a hammer.
Oh, it's like to organize your tools?
Yeah.
So it's a shuttle board is
Mini
basically
sledge
like,
technique.
I think your hammer goes there, your,
Mini sledge.
Yeah, we
That's one form of a shadow. What did I do? Where does the hammer go?
right there.
yeah, it's like the
Like
final
on
board
tool
for all the
time.
tools.
There you go, tool time. Is that funny?
Where's the hammer at? It's not there and it's empty.
It goes right there. There's another thing you do like in a tool box. They call it a shadow box. You take styrofoam, you cut it out so only the hammer fits in that spot. Is that funny? Now you laugh. But I'll give you a sewing company I dealt with. So What? They do stage. I don't know if you guys like rock and roll. Like they do all the stage backdrops, all that cool stuff. I remember going in their factory. And they got these big tables because they're making the backdrops, the curtains and all that you see that looks really smoking. And they have all these tools. And stuff was getting cluttered. They're trying to find stuff. So we ended up creating 5 zones in the building. All the tools. This is really complicated. Anybody heard of plywood?
Every department has it.
Ever heard of plywood? We went to Home Depot. I think we spent 4x8 sheet. We bought 3 sheets.
Cost went up 300%.
Well, luckily we got it cheaper. It was only 15, I think maybe $15 when we bought it. And we bought 3 sheets. Spent $45, ripped it, made a board. All the tools we literally took the scissors, traced it on the board, labeled it, put them in the room. And then we were like, what cool colors do you like? So they picked out colors. So everybody just picked colors. So one of them was purple. So great, let's go buy some purple spray paint. I know this is laughable. And there was one was pink. So they bought spray paint. Each board, right?
Let's make
Get-
assembly all pink.
And then guess what we did? Guess what we did to the board? We shot it pink, and then we shot the tools pink. Then there was a set of tools for the purple. We shot it purple, and shot the tools purple.
Are you talking about spray painting tools?
We actually spray painted part of the tool so you can see it was purple. So we just marked it. So you knew it went there. It wasn't hard to do. No, we didn't spray paint the whole tool because
No, I just figured it would come off after a very
it would. Some of it would.
short period of
But we just put marks on it so you could see it was purple. And there was later you did tape, put tape on it so it matched.
I was thinking if you plastic dip, it would probably have a longer.
Oh, it would. But so hold it. But this is interesting, right? So think about it. So think about what we were doing, right? It literally went, boom, it organized it. They were like, oh, this goes over here, this goes over here. So it had their different work areas. The second thing, they had all these different threads, hundreds and hundreds, and we categorized it. So we organized and made a board for all of it. Now, they were actually able to work and get stuff done. They didn't work any harder. And they were able to knock out those curtains 50% of the time. Think about that. Do you know why? Because they were looking for tools, looking for threads, trying to figure it out what went where. And then once it was organized, there was something that was going on that you saw, that you guys were doing. You actually started helping each other. Because you were no longer afraid to step in. Because I could step in and go, hey, can I help you? Yeah, why don't you grab the tools over there and just go cut this. And there was pictures of what to cut.
Yeah.
How hard was that for you? They just went, here, go over and cut this. Follow this. There was a picture. So then your life became easier. If it wasn't there, his life was hard. Make sense?
It's like they're training you with just an image.
That's exactly right.
Step one, step two.
So when you look at your workplace, what we're trying to do is, you saw the car, it's a 5S. See how simple this is? We simplify, sweep. What does that mean? Clean. We want it beautiful. Everything has a place. Standardize. What do you think standardize means?
Standardized?
Yeah. If there's a process to do something, right? Does it make sense for...
A certain way that you do something?
Yeah. Does it make sense? Does it...
Procedure, standard procedure.
Does it make sense for me to write stuff down to have somebody go do something? Or if I have pictures, which one's the best?
For me?
Anybody.
Pictures.
Oh, it's everybody.
Yeah, pictures say 1,000 words.
Everybody. Let me give you something that's real. Over at Lecum Key, let me give you an idea of a plant. I have 200 employees in a plant. Speaks Mandarin, Cantonese, Tagalog. You know Tagalog? Filipino. Yeah. Vietnamese, Hispanic, English. That was in one plant. Oh, by the way, they can't even talk to each other. And I got them in the same work area. Yet it's able to run. How?
Because you have pictures, colors, and lines.
That was it. Guess how many of these I had? Not much. It's hard because you had people standing next to each other. You can't even really talk.
Yeah, I really can't understand, yeah.
Well, that's just that's a mask issue. Okay, so so is that cool?
Yes, it is.
Now, I want to do one more game. Who likes building go-karts?
Me.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes, he does.
3, 6, 9. Why don't we do this? How about we'll make it easy. We'll do one group of 5 and one group is, well, you know what? Yeah, one group of 5, one group of 6. Is that cool? And I'm going to have you guys build go-karts. All right? So I want you guys to kind of get together over here. You guys kind of get together. You guys get together down there, one section at the end of the table. The other guys can come over here. We'll make space. And I'm going to give you a set of stuff to build a working go-kart where you can push it. You get to build one, and they get to build one. And I want to see who gets done first.
Okay.
Or you physically have something.
Do you, you physically have something for us to build? Okay.
Legos, huh?
It turns into a go-kart. I'm cold.
Per person or per team?
Per team. So if you want, we could do 4 teams. You want to do 4 teams?
No, I just,
Okay, but I was going to make it easy. 2 teams so you guys can do teamwork, try to figure it out.
no instructions?
Oh, no, I'm going to give you instructions. Absolutely. Here's one set. This one.
These are the wheels right there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so,
You don't
Who-
have more than one set of instructions?
no, I have 2 sets. One set for your group, one set for this group. And then we're going to flip a coin. Who's got a coin? This one's
I have a
heads.
debit card. Can you flip that?
You got it. This will be cool. I want
Okay,
to.
heads or tails?
Right hand is heads, left hand is tails.
No
Flip
case
it.
today, son.
What'd you get?
Tails.
Tails. You get this one? Those? Okay, don't look at them, leave them closed. You guys get this one? Okay? Get together. Okay? I'll let you even open it up. And then I want you guys down at the end. You're one team. The rest of you guys come on over here. I'm going to move this some space. All right? You ready? I want you to build me a go-kart. You have all the parts are in there, and please don't lose them. Okay, you can go.
Can I drive it later?
Yep. And there's all your parts. Tons of parts.
Alright, step one, build the wheel assembly. Lay four.
Come on over.
Gray hub pieces.
This is real life.
2x2 pieces.
And by the
those
way,
hubs.
these instructions are flawless, as well as those instructions are flawless.
Oh, they got pictures.
Hold it, no cheating. You look at your own instructions.
No, one wheel attachment point will be unused at each piece. It's
Am I cold or what?
by two. On top of each gray piece.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The gray piece about the perpendicular adjacent to the hub supporting the wheel. Install yellow light. So yellow light onto the side of the white block. Yellow light on the white block. Repeat step C.
Oh, jump in and help. They'll need it.
Install yellow trend.
Good job.
What do you think, guys?
Oh, another yellow light on the
Pretty hard?
Not with the instructions, not with the pictures. It tells you everything to do.
You think so? Okay, cool.
It doesn't tell you everything.
No, it tells you 100. Both instructions are flawless.
onto each remaining white block. And then make sure that two assemblies with red lights and mirrors images.
Oh, don't lose any parts for me, please. You know how hard it is? I actually had one. It was like what they kept losing. I loaned it out. I came back. I was like, guys,
Every time.
I'm missing tires. I'm missing steering wheels.
Only have two. No, fix on the bottom.
Yeah.
You mean there's two,
Will be the flush against the white blocks.
Yeah.
The smooth edge of the gray.
Here,
hub.
you guys, if you want, you can have the red pill because you're going to need it. Okay.
Stop taking reds.
I'm not on drugs.
Oh, have a blue then. They're over here.
Okay, over here.
We're only two in the gray
At the
piece.
nighttime, at the right
The
time.
bottom of the red piece. The yellow pieces are towards the ends of the long red pieces. Repeat the process for the second. Okay, so on top of the
Remember, these instructions are flawless.
repeat the process for the second. She should be the assembly. Should be the mirror images of each.
Technically,
Three.
they're
Lay two
100%
red
correct.
scissors, beams,
I didn't say I liked them.
taking care of match the yellow lights at the front of the red lights at the back. So 2x4 blue block.
Oh,
Good idea.
oh, how's our dream team doing over here?
I don't know about green.
Wow,
The gear shifter right next to it? The gear shifter's gotta go next to it.
There you go.
wow. Now make sure you do quality control when you get done.
Top of the red flat pieces.
Is that cool?
Yeah. The blue blocks and flush in front and both long red pieces. Install the blue block immediately before the front of the 2x4 blue block. Stack the blue.
Now tell me that
No, you gotta put that in the middle, and then you put the windshield on front.
nice, nice. Okay, that's looking good. Tell me this would not drive you to drink.
I drink anyway.
Well, same here.
No, I'm thirsty.
Alright, done.
Hold it. Whoa. It's accurate?
No, it's not.
Let me see. Do your quality control, check it. But whoa.
Oh, that's it.
Uh-oh. Did we see a part fly?
Make sure everything's good.
We can't, remember, there's no leftover parts. I was like, I'm getting worried over here. I'm going, dude, help them, Gus.
Resin's going back.
I go, you need to supervise these children. Right. Oh, dude, this looks cool.
Where the lights go?
I love this.
Alright,
Well, the lights go in front.
In the front of what?
alright, now Now we're done.
On top of the glass.
Hold it. Okay, stop. Ready to stop?
The lights were the wrong color in the front.
It's all right. Okay.
That's not right.
Okay, guys. Did you get it?
What?
Not it.
Hold it. Uh-oh. But we got good quality control over here. Remember, there's no leftover parts. Oh, dude, man, Toyota's going to get upset at you, man. You're putting this out, and I'm like going, no, hold
I
it.
guess all the yellow things probably go on the brake, on the braking on the side.
How does it look?
I think we got it.
Nope, I think your reds and so your red.
Yellows, reds.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There you go.
Red, yellow.
And then this one's in the wrong position. It needs to go a little more forward.
Oh, that's where we
And this one's off.
needs to move.
There you go.
This needs to move, not
Oh,
that.
yeah, there you go.
The shield, the windshield.
There you go. Then you got to put your other piece back on, and you should have red, white. Ooh! Ding, 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 ding. Time out. Hold on. Stop right here. Okay.
Ours looks better.
So, hold on.
Hey, yours does look better.
Okay, would you be nice enough to bring your go-kart over?
This is Weddle's truck right there.
Okay?
I know.
Okay. So this is fascinating.
Red and blue.
I want you to bring, so this is the actual go-kart.
Damn, look at these fools.
Whoops, oh! We got defects going on.
Hey, you break your Bible.
What the hell is that?
Now we have to rework. You just cost me double. No.
Triple.
What the hell is that?
It's I think it's a fire truck. Is it a fire truck?
It looks like one of those things that the cops break down the doors
Were we
with.
making the same thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it with the other instructions.
Now I want you to bring those instructions over real quick.
Oh, that's
Whoa, don't lose any of those
They
parts.
had written instructions. We just had pictures.
No wonder you guys kept reading. I was like, why are you reading that?
Lego should never
Now
be
watch
done
this.
by words.
Look at this, guys.
never.
Ever.
Oh, wow. That's easy.
Whoa, hold it. Did you hear what he just said? That was easy. Why is that easy?
Because you got pictures.
How many
Visual
words are on this?
It's either you work
Actually,
with
I can't
pictures
count them, but
or
there's
you
some
work
at the
with
bottom.
words.
Yeah, but those don't count. But think about how many words are really here?
Try to do it this way.
None. Look at this.
Hey, now?
Now, just so you know,
Now?
I'm not
so
even going to attempt that.
I'll do it right now.
so here's what's interesting, guys. These instructions are flawless.
Where it goes.
Nah, in assembly, we have pictures.
Well,
You have to-
tablets, I've done it with Gus.
Yeah, we have blueprints, yeah.
Think about it. But maybe it's not even enough.
No, they can be simplified. There's checklists.
That's
that
my
are
point.
so
See how simple this is? So, guys, here's what's interesting. I'm sorry, I had the wrong one in the hand. Look at this.
This looks complicated as hell.
It is. But here's what's interesting. This is what we do every day in every department, everywhere you go. Do they mean well? Yes. These are correct. But is this as hard as hell to figure out? And can you check your
Very
quality?
time-consuming.
Yes. So remember we got back to, I don't need you to work harder. We put things in place to simplify the world. Because here's what, the reason this is so critical. This is what you may not realize. You guys are extremely smart. You touch things every day. A company will make money if you have time to think. Don't laugh. A company will make money if you have time to think. If I'm having to go read this, I don't have time to think. So what happens is, one of the secrets to how we finished number one every day, guess what I did every day, everywhere I was at? I have 15 minutes. I want you to take 15 minutes out of every day, and I want you to figure out something that you could simplify or make easier so I never have to think about it again.
Like somewhere at home, you're saying?
The same thing, like at work. Like, I'll give you an idea. They were laughing as I walked to the place. I said, oh, wow, look at your supplies. That's fantastic. Oh, great, let's label them. I put it here. Here. Went like this. And this was in the supply class. I said, oh, what goes where? Oh, great, that's in a row? So I took the shelf and I went, so why don't we just put the tape on the shelf? And then the other tape is like right here. All the sticky notes fit there. And this is labeled sticky notes. Now how stupid is that, right? Was that stupid?
Yeah.
No. Time saving, it saves time every day. Every time one would have to go and pull a supply from the supply closet, it would just be
So,
second nature to him.
remember I gave you this one? I know I'm going to be out of a little bit of time today. But I think I have you guys tomorrow?
Yes.
It's in real. We want to go play in the real world. Is that cool? We'll come here first. But trigger, min, and max. Let me show you what this means. They use the term Kanban. Here's what it means. It's just a trigger. That's all it is. Everything should have a mark of a min and max. So like for instance, if this was sticky notes. Now you're really going to laugh, right? I'll put on here minimum 10 sticky notes. Maximum 30 sticky notes packets, right? And then literally what I do is I put a little card, an index card. It could be anything. Like you could take this. I could take blanks, ones of these. You know what it does? And on it, I put it, when they're all stacked up, the bottom 10, I attach this to it. And so when it gets to this card, it says, go to the front and have them order more sticky notes from Staples. I need 20. Here's the SKU number, and here's the phone number to the vendor.
Please put this card back where you found it.
And it does. I'm serious. And on the back side, please put this back when you have ordered, and it comes back in.
So
And it
that
sets right
we
there.
know the next time where that card is,
It's always there.
when to order something.
Because as soon as it got to that card, right?
Well, as soon as it goes, like, they keep taking.
You just pull the card out and goes, oh, I need to order blah, blah, blah. It goes up front. Then when the stuff comes in,
You do the same thing.
it goes right back.
Yeah, but who's gonna be in charge of that card?
Everybody's in charge of it.
Once it gets to your.
Because think about, here's where the card goes. I had to order it, right? Who do you think the card goes to?
You
Purchasing.
purchasing.
Or who's ever in charge of your ordering, not you. I just did this. Think about what you did. You just happened to imagine this. All of you walked by and you looked at this like, oh shit, we're about 10.
Let me count purchasing that we need to order.
Yeah, so you just grab the card and it goes, grab purchasing. Have them order this, and I put Staples, the SKU number, everything on it. And then I just run up, think about it, you were just doing whatever, right? You just happened to go in and grab a sticky note. So, but think about it, so there's only one person that ever gets this card. It all goes to one person.
The person that takes the card and the person that they give to purchasing.
It's one person, yep. Guess who manages the card now? Purchasing.
Yeah.
What's their job? Put it back.
Right. Unless somebody's
Order it,
lazy, they see
order
the
it,
card
put it
there
back.
and they don't
Well,
want to take
that works a little
purchasing.
differently. Purchasing is staff for certain things. And
But it's okay, because then you can put, what you do is you put the name on it, who it goes to.
Yeah, just
You
making a
just tell them
copy
the
and
process
emailing it or
system.
something.
It could be, sure. But I just want you to recognize, how stupid was that, what I just did? How redneck can you get?
Genius, right?
I could get pretty redneck.
But think about what I just did. Would that work?
Yeah.
It works, right? Do I need a fancy computer?
No, absolutely not.
No. All the computer does is it either makes a process easier or harder. So if I have it set up correctly, the computer will make it easy. If I have it set up wrong, the computer's going to make it hard. Get it? So the art of the game is, can you do it without a computer first? But think about what I did is, anybody could walk in and grab that sticky note. They saw the card. Oh, we need to order more. Just went like this. There you go.
You can put her picture on it, just give her the card, right?
Absolutely. I'll give you a real life one over at Carousel. They make turntables for cars. You ever go to CarMax, see a car turn? It's really cool. They make these cool turntables. They have engineering, purchasing. Literally, we took this. We took a picture of a sticky note. The SKU number was there. And there was a card that told you the min, the max. Literally, the admin lady was able to go walk around and take inventory. Do you know how? Because her Excel spreadsheet had a picture on it, and it said the shelf and the ID number, and there was a picture here. She went, picture A, picture B. Oh, need order.
Simplified, like way simplified.
Isn't that cool? It freed up those resources so they could do other stuff.
Now, this is gonna sound a little sarcastic.
No.
But isn't it wasting time walking over to the person, giving them the card?
It could be, absolutely.
But how much time would you waste if
But see, this is,
keynotes ran out?
but see, this is really good though. I love your question. This is an excellent question. Is it technically wasting time? Yes.
Technically.
Yes. Now, remember earlier I said value, non-value, necessary, non-value. And I'm sitting there going, God, I got to take the card over to her. I'm stuck with that, but if I could figure out how not to do that, what if I used an iPhone?
Take a picture, send them the picture.
So what's the point? The point I'm getting at is, say you made a brilliant observation, right?
Fix the problem.
You're going to fix a problem, and then tomorrow you may come up with a better idea and fix it again.
Yeah,
And then the next day you'll fix it again.
okay.
Isn't that cool? So I'll give you something I used to have hanging up on the wall. It says, how to be a winner. This is going to shock you. Applies to anything you do. Opportunity. Recognize something needs to be done. Right? Success means I did something about it. I took the card. I just gave it to him. Wasn't my job, right? Winning. I took it to completion. I actually handed it to Stacy.
One.
A winner, I repeat the above.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with the end result. Has to do with the process.
The process.
That's right.
Just actually doing it.
And it tells you, tell me how stupid this was. Is this the best way to do it? No. Probably 1,000 more ways. You may have a better way than me. You may have a better way than him. You may have a better way. Here's the thing people miss. All I care about is do one. Now I took a step forward, right? Remember I said 1% a day? I did this. Would you do something better? Later you may take your 15 minutes. I have a better way to do this. So it's going to look better, cleaner, faster. Then you do it. And then all of a sudden he comes along and goes, oh, I got an idea off of that. Why don't we use our phone? So the heart of lean is that you hear continuous improvement. There is no such thing as perfection.
There's no set in stone.
No. The point of this is, what I was trying to do today is, guys, I just wanted to give you my glasses. I don't want you ever, ever, ever to do it exactly how I would do it. All I care about is, did you look at the world through the same glasses I did? You're different than I am. You're different. You're different. You're different. You're different than her. Everybody's a little bit different. And the point is what you're trying to do is, with your background, your experience, you may have a slight different way to go do it. Is that cool? Absolutely. But you're following principles and tools and techniques, right? And it may not be exactly how I do it. I don't want you to do it exactly how I do it.
It accomplishes the same thing.
Yeah. The point was, I said, with this, I can do anything in the world with masking tape and a magic marker. Will it look really stupid? Yes. Will it accomplish something? Yes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you'll go, it was stupid, but worse, but I got it. Let me go do this. See? So the point is you did something. It's not perfect. It may be ugly. You know, it's almost like that baling twine and duct tape, right? It got it to work until I can get a better way to do it. And as long as you use the glasses, you're going to find better ways to do it. And you have better ideas and things. Like you're seeing stuff. Like you made a comment, right? Think about this. You made a comment going, well, what, isn't that a waste for you to walk all the way up there? Tell me if that's not genius. It is. That means you get it. You got the red pill. It sounds funny, but it is. I joke with the red versus the blue. But in a sense, once you start seeing this,
I'd rather have the blue one.
well, the blue one's mellow because you get the steak and it tastes like steak even though it's fake. Remember? So, did you guys learn anything today?
Yes, sir.
What do you think? You may have already known some of this.
I know a lot of it.
That's good. But did you learn anything, you think?
Couple things.
Did it change some of your perspective when you look out in the world? Because one of the things we want to do tomorrow when I get over here, what do you think we want to do? I want to walk around in different areas. And I want us to collaborate.
And notice stuff.
Yeah, because think about it. Will you notice something that I won't notice? Can be, absolutely. We'll go look at an area. What I want to do first is we're going to walk in different areas. What do you see? What would you love to do based on what you learned that would help that area, right? And then we'll put sticky notes up on the wall of different things. And then we're going to go back. How do we go solve it? Hey, may not be sexy, but can we solve it?
But it'll work.
That's exactly right. It gets you from A to B. And then once you're at B, then I can move to C. But think what I'm trying to do is take the noise out of the system. And the last thing, and I know you guys got to get going. Yeah. Oh, is it? What time? Oh, could be. So think about, all right, let me do it this way. Think about this. I'm going to borrow a cup. Your brain is just like a cup. All right. One of the problems you have in business, at home, no matter what you do, if this only holds 12 ounces, it's only going to get 12 ounces. I ain't putting 14 in it, right? Everybody's head only holds so much. The issue, if you go back to the numbers game, remember your brain only holds so much. I take things out of this cup. Once I had it all organized, how much did I have to remember? Nothing. The cup is empty. If the cup is empty, then I give you the chance to think about things that you want to think
To fill
about.
it back up.
That's exactly right. The problem you have in business, and even at home, no matter what you do, is this cup's filled with bullshit. It's true. I could lie.
Water.
Yeah, it'd be better if it was water. But you understand what I'm getting at? It's just filled with stuff that it doesn't need to be there, and I'm sapping all your brain power. Because as soon as I get it empty, guess what happens? You have ideas.
Gotta fill it with other ideas.
When I was in Tennessee, let me give you the secret. Some of these areas were a pigsty. I don't even know how the people worked. I looked like filth when I was like, no, we're just going to clean it all up. We got it all organized. Guess what everybody did? Because they understood this stuff. They're like, oh, we could go do this. Let's go do this. It was like I lit a match under 10 geniuses in one area. I'm like, holy crap, let me write this down. That's a bitchin' idea. You know, it was all this pent up. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You guys know so much. Once we clean it up, then it frees up your brain. So now you can turn around and go, hey, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? And you're making the business better. And you're making your life easier. And the easier it becomes, the better it is, because it gets back to the beginning. I gained you capacity, right? By not working harder. When I get more business, you're not working hard. I'm ensuring that I get this. So now I have money to reinvest. Yep. What happens is when it's inefficient, I don't get this.
Not profiting.
Yep. Guess what happens a lot? Like I walked into one.
No.
Oh my God. I walked into one. It was like the one company. This was like 19.
20% you're saying?
Yeah, and this was where it was at, right up here. And depending on the sales, and they were losing some sales because it was so jacked up, this was declining. So it was like 17, going to 16. That was the one we turned around in 45 days.
Wow.
But did I ask anybody to work harder? No. I just cleaned it out and got it structured, right?
Got all the bullshit out of the cup.
That's exactly all it was. What do you think's in your way right now?
Me?
Well, but that's different, you know, just lay off the, no more beer.
I don't drink alcohol.
Okay, good, okay. So, does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's that simple, guys. As we do this, then the genius comes out. See, I'm not the genius of your business. You are. You're the genius of your area. You're the genius of yours. You're the genius of yours. All of you are. You're the genius of yours. Each of you are the genius of your area. I'm a genius at one thing: understanding process. And then I share with you the magic trick, or the red pill. And then all of a sudden you see the matrix. Now you get both sides. And you're like, God, I wish I would have known that earlier. The only thing I ask is, as you do it, make sure you share it to other people. Because there's a lot of small businesses that really need to know this. And then when go up, this number would, it's very frustrating. I could kill that number. If I talked to every small business, I could take this to 5%.
Increase.
Yeah, from 50% failure to 5. At best. I'm being generous. I think I could do better than that. If I could just talk to them. I don't need a long time. I just need 3 or 4 hours. Isn't that sad? Because they know what they're doing. They're a genius at what they do. They're missing the other genius. That's all.
The other piece of the puzzle.
That's it. So, cool. Was this fun today?
Yeah.
It was right this month.
Was that cool? There's one that later we get time to do. If we have time, I have a Lego simulation. This one is fascinating. I'm not worried about it. We can do it at a later date. But what it really does, it shows you batch versus single piece flow, and it will trip you out. You're like, God darn it. You're like, okay. It really, because then you can see it. And you're like, doggone it, wow, it really is, because it costs you money. Because the art of the game is, absolutely. I need to minimize the inventory. Well, you ever hear just in time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear it all the time. They don't tell you how to do it.
Lower your inventory and get the product away.
Yeah, but it was like one.
You need them.
Yeah, they don't know, but that's not how you manage it.
Yeah.
But that's what happens, right? Oh, I cut my inventory, and then now I can't make a product, right? You go back to the Frito-Lay one, remember that? Mm-hmm. I had all the inventory in the world in these DCs. They were 120% capacity. Unfortunately, I had a sales guy standing outside the building going, well, a third of the crap I need ain't in that building. Was there an inventory issue? Yeah.
Sounds like it.
There was an inventory issue because you ordered the wrong stuff.
So now we got an inventory of stuff that ain't right, and got to reorder, and we're losing money behind that.
Does that sound familiar? He gets that a lot. Is it intentional?
No.
No. Is it fixable? Oh, yeah.
But at a cost. It's
Well, here's the thing. One time.
okay.
And then we stop it.
Okay.
Forever. It's not hard. But think about it.
You take that loss and just go forward.
You've already got the loss.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
No, but it's increasing the loss with the amount of time Isaac has to count that.
Oh, it's horrible.
Every month, he has to spend the time to count those. If they weren't in the building,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be charging the company labor.
I will even show you a formula on how to go look at inventory. There's a secret formula on how you prioritize and do inventory, on how you order it.
Show me first before you show everyone else.
Okay.
Seriously, I agree with that one.
No, it's not hard.
Like scanners?
No, you don't need anything fancy, bro. This is the thing everybody misses. There is a formula on understanding your inventory. Like for instance, if you could give me the what you sell every month, I will show you exactly the volume and the formula to calculate it.
How much you need to order?
Yes.
What your minimum and your maximum?
Yes, I can tell you exactly.
What's selling and what's not?
So here, you guys want to see part of that magic trick? I'll give you 4 numbers you have to remember. It's going to be really difficult. You're going to have to write them down. There's 4 letters and 4 numbers. Okay? A, B, C, D.
And 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's pretty close. There's 4 letters you have to remember. A, B, C, D. Have I gotten too complicated yet?
Slow down a little bit.
I know, I'm going to try to. Okay? This one's 65%.
65 for A.
25% for B. 7% for C. 3% for D. Write this down, never lose this. This is worth probably $1 million on its own. For you to know this. Okay, those tell you the percentage of what you would classify as an A SKU, a B SKU, a C SKU, and a D SKU. So it's for instance, I look at your inventory, right? Of all these items. Could be raw materials. Here's 100 items, right, on that list. I'll go, great, it totals up to, say, $1 million. Or maybe it's 1,000 items. The first 65% of that $1 million is classified as an A. So I go down that list, and what you're going to find out when I sort that list of that $1 million worth, it could be 1,000 items, right? I'll draw a line. It'll probably be 6 items. Serious. Happens every time. The B, I may have 30. C, I'll have 600 or 500. D, I'll probably have another 200, 300. This tells you how your inventory, how you rank your inventory. And then there's the other secret that goes like this.
What exactly is that?
It's an X, and I'll just show you real quick. Okay. Inventory levels on an A. This is inventory level, or frequency of ordering. In A SKU, I maintain a low inventory level because I'm ordering all the time. I'm probably ordering this every week. Make sense? A D, I may order it once a quarter, but I'm only ordering this much because I know the velocity. This will show you very quickly, and I can, if you have your inventory, we can print it out and I'll show you. This will be good for you guys to see this, but it's fascinating. It'll actually, I can tell your mins, your max, as soon as you tell me where you order it from. And based on your velocity, right?
Lead time.
Your lead time, yeah. I can tell you velocity. Oh, you should have 2 weeks minimum, no more than 4 weeks max, and I order when I get to 3 weeks. And here's the quantity.
You have enough to carry over until you purchase.
I'm never at the minimum. So what happens is, and if you follow this, guess what happens to your inventory level? It drops. The bottom falls out. Real life example, Lee Kum Kee. All right. I had left the company, I came back to California, and they go, Randy, man, we're having a hell of a time with our plant. Our inventory's through the roof on raw materials, finished goods. Oh, by the way, we're cutting product. Sound familiar? I was like, what? The plant's making stuff. And I went, they go, would you come in and fix it? I said, yeah, no problem. Went over. I literally shut the plant down for 2 weeks. When I fixed it, here, you need to make this, and the inventory dropped $6 million in 30 days. And the fill rate skyrocketed. How is that possible? It's not rocket science. It was this. I did the A, B, C, D. Piece of paper. Went by your items. Went through your stuff. Mashed it out. Here's your minimum. Here's your max. And here's what you need to produce. Mapped it out. And the plant was making this stuff. They go, well, this looks really good. Well, it's not what the customer wants. So you're make the stuff what the customer wants, which fits the demand. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's a formula. Has anybody ever showed you the formula before?
No.
Can you understand the formula? Yeah, maybe it take a couple times. That's okay. But you're telling me you can't do that? I would challenge every one of you, you could go do this. And they would go, oh my God, you're a freaking genius. Do you know how much money they paid me to go fix that? It was nuts.
Speaking of pay like that, I mean, you got your formulas and all that.
Yes.
For us, you're working for us.
Yes.
For us to do that. You give us the secrets on companies making their 400,000 gross.
Yeah, I don't know. And those are just random numbers, right?
How do we get that money back into our pockets as far as?
Well, that's the thing. Look, as the more profitable a company becomes, that's a good question. It's fair. No, it's a good question. Companies don't have an issue paying employees. They have an issue when they're not profitable. And I have cash crunches. If a company's making money, will they do bonus programs? Do they pay their employees? Yeah. I have not run into any companies that haven't been doing that.
Like gain shares, you're saying?
Pardon me?
Like a gain share?
Yeah, there's sometimes some, depending on how they have companies set up, but like some will set up like a bonus.
They used to do bonuses here.
Yeah, see, they would love to. I know they want to give more money. Do you know why they can't?
Not making any.
It's all tied up. If you only got so much of a pile, right? You may love your guys 100%, but you're like, yeah. I run into this every day. They want to do something, and their hands are tied, and they're like, well, if I could just figure out how to go do it. I know something's not right. I can make it better. It's running, right? And usually a lot of times, like most companies, just so you know, on average, most companies only make, when I get into it, the reality, if you come, I'll get rid of all this stuff down here. This number I had was at 20%. Most companies only make 5%.
That's a 5% profit?
Yep, 5% profit on average. That's it. Think about that.
It's their overhead.
It's the overhead, the other stuff. Now, if we're smart, right? And so like now, these guys want to grow. They want to go do more. They want to take care of their people. It gets back to, remember I was saying, I'm trying to get you healthy. I want you healthy. If you're healthy, then you don't have to go visit the doctor when you're not worried about the bad stuff. You know what I mean? You're preventing it. That's the idea. But it's very rare you run into an issue where people don't want to share and do stuff. The issue is their hands are tied and they just can't figure out how to pull it off. Does that make sense? Hopefully it answered your question. Did I answer your question? I'm not worried about what they want to do stuff.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but if we're smart in the beginning, then it's opening it up. I mean, it's huge. It's a big deal. And it's just about being smart. Because think about really what we're trying to get to is we want to get the capacity, so now you put pressure on the sales guy. Guys, man, we're watching Oprah half the day. You guys need to sell something. That's a fun conversation. I love doing that. And there's techniques to doing that. So, that help? So tomorrow, again, we'll come in here first, go through, and then we'll pick areas, and then we'll go out. Want to make sure you have like a notepad of things that you see. Come back, we'll put them on sticky notes for that area. Is that cool? Because we want to capture them for that team, right? And then what we're going to do is, okay, let's prioritize. We're going to go in that area. I want to help them. And then we're going to go to the next area. We'll go to the next area. We're not going to solve the world in a day, but we're going to make one hell of a start to make your life a little bit better.
How are you going to be here?
I'm going to try to come by once a week, at least. I committed this week and next week to do, because I wanted to do one day, and then the next day, work with you.
What time do we come here? Same time?
Yeah, it's going to be the same time, 1. Yep, if that's cool.
No, that's fine.
And then I told them, I said, once we get going, because it's always tough. You're stuck in your world, and I'm busy, but luckily it's close to one of my clients. I said, as long as you guys are cool with me, I can do like an afternoon. And I don't mind coming in being hands-on. And I like hands-on. It's different. I mean, I don't mind doing this one time, but I don't want to spend my time in here.
But you wanna physically show us.
Hell yeah, I want to go in your world. So think about what I'm trying to do.
You
I
want
want.
us to show him.
Well, it's yeah, absolutely. It's true because you're the remember, you're the genius of your area, right? You're the genius. I'm the genius of process. So I'm trying to do is, as I see it, I go, here's how I attack this, right? I give you my glasses.
Here's how I would do it.
That's correct. Do you have to do it like that?
No.
That's exactly right. I'm giving you one example.
Have to make improvements.
Yes, I'm giving you an example. I call it almost like a thought starter. Here is one way I would attack this. And you go, oh, okay. And then you'll go, oh, but what if I did this? That's what I want to hear. I don't want you to do it necessarily my way. Is that cool?
But you're gonna give us a jump start.
I want to give you a jump start. Because then it gets fun, because then I step in, think about what I want to do every time I step in. Give you a jump start. Give you a jump start. Every day it gets a little bit better, you get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, and you tell me your problems. And it's like then it goes from one area to, oh, how do we get these two departments to work better together? How do we get this to flow from here to here? There's techniques. I can give you 100. I can implement them very quickly. Here's one. Think about what I'm doing. I'm just giving you a jump start. And then you'll go, got it. Now let me change it. Right? Which is what I want.
Let me make it my own.
Yes. Are you different than me?
Yes.
Absolutely. But we saw it through the same glasses. That's it. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. Now that I put everybody to sleep. All right. All right. Who's buying beer? No, just kidding.
I don't even think you drink. As much as you joke, I don't think you drink.
No, I do.
You do?
I love beer. I grew up in Kansas. Are you kidding me?
Drove the weed, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if it helps you, I like.
Hops.
Well, you'll love this one. This tells you Kansas, like where I'm at, because I'm hometown. This is pretty bad. I mean, grade school. My dad's yelling at me because we got 6 acres back of the house, right? And there was a bottom section, 1 acre, we never went down to. There was an old pond in there, and it's all the weeds, and it was all kind of fenced off. Had a little pole barn there. My dad's yelling at me, go, Randy, go down and clean that whole area out so we can get some cows to go down there. I'm like, yeah, okay, great. So I take the big scythe down there, and I cut through the shit, because it's like trees. You can't really see through. And I was like, damn, it's like a solid acre of the same crap. I'm like, what the hell is this? Is this a thistle? So I start cutting it down. Things like, I mean, it's a solid acre. I cut it, I take it up in the middle of the pasture. I literally had a pile, probably from that wall, God, probably to maybe here. I don't know how high. And then I go up and I get gasoline. I throw gasoline on all this, lit it up. I'm downwind. I was like, God, I'm so exhausted. Jeez, I'm exhausted. I got to lay down.
You're downwind.
I was downwind. I stoned a whole town. It was a solid acre of marijuana. Somebody came on the bottom part of our property and I cut it off. I didn't know. I was like, oh, it's an ugly looking thistle. I'm in grade school. You know, I was like, is that brutal? That was horrible. I was sitting there going, I know I pissed off somebody big. Somebody came in there, planted a solid acre on our bottom section. It's beautiful, rich soil. Yeah, on our property.
Well, sometimes the property is so big you don't see.
You don't notice it, and you didn't notice it on the back because all the weeds and the trees were grown up. So that whole section, we never really used it. It was just kind of old fencing, and there was water down there. There's free water off of the city.
Well, so that's what piss somebody off.
Oh, dude. I was sitting there going, I had no clue what the hell I did. I'm exhausted. I'm taking a nap out in the pasture, you know. I stoned a town, at least 2 over.
Got in a bunch of trouble.
Oh, my God. Everybody's looking at me going, so.
You got your mother stoned.
Oh, my God. I got everybody stoned. I had no idea.
You burned your dad's little stash spot?
It's obvious somebody planted it all because it was so, I was like, wow, this is really nice. But I thought it was all thistles. You know, which is just, that was so funny.
We're all, no.
That's what happens when you're a kid. Oh, thank you, sir. So,
Don't leave it in your pocket.
yeah, guys, that was fun, right?
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Did you get that Flanell?
What's that?
Did you get the Flanell?
He's like, I'm just thinking about the jelly bean.
I mean, oh, there was something I did want to give you this as well. So, oh, let me. You'll love this. This is a one-pager. It's up, just so you have it. The most important thing, though, are the 2 business cards I gave you. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I got them right here.
Yeah. Now think about, why would I give you those business cards?
So we can look at it and refer back to it?
Right. And then sometimes, do you have to manage up?
I think you took one of mine.
Did I?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, that's going to cost you $5. Which one? Which one do you have?
I got the one with the S's.
You got the S's?
Yeah.
Here's the 8 ways. Perfect. So I just wanted to show you, this is what is Six Sigma. You heard me mention this. Six Sigma is real simple, guys. I don't need to get into the fancy stuff, but the biggest thing was on the top, it just tells you it's really, you're trying to minimize defects. The number you're always striving for is 3.4 mistakes per 1 million. Sounds, you're like, oh my God, but it's a big deal. And then Likers Toyota Way. If you'll notice, base the management decisions on long-term philosophy. 90% of waste in processes. Use pull, right? Level out the workload. Remember the example I gave you with the Luckies? I leveled out workload. Visual control, standardize. Use tested methodology or processes. Grow leaders, develop exceptional people teams. Respect your network. Go see for yourself. This is interesting. I teach this to managers. Guess what I teach them to do? Manage by walking around and talking to your people. Novel idea, isn't it? Do you know how hard that is?
Yeah, imagine that.
I know, but you know how hard that is? I go in, I see managers, they just sitting in there. It's like, no. Go talk to your people.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, there's always stuff in your way.
Well, technically, managers are supposed to be of service to those
Correct.
who work beneath them.
It's an upside down pyramid.
It is.
Manager's number one job is to get obstacles out of your way. Do you have lots of obstacles? Absolutely. But it's hard for managers to understand, that, hey, I got to go out and talk. People tend to think that they're, hey, I'll send them in management, so yeah. No, not really, no. Then become a learning organization, then continuous improvement. Tell me, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And then it's just going and giving you different things. Kaizen. Kaizen is just going out. We'll do what you call Kaizen. Respect, teamwork. Novel, isn't it? Tell me if that doesn't make sense. We're trying to show respect to each other. I show a ton of respect to all the employees and workers. I walk into a plant, like I go in someplace, I work with them. Guess how many times I walk up and say, thank you, how are you? All the time. Always. I walk in, it's scary, like even when I was at Nabisco, I walked into a plant, they joked. Everybody knew me by my first name. And they were like going, and they were telling me, they go, yeah, it's amazing. We didn't even know the name of the other guy. And I got all my ideas. Guess where I got all my ideas from?
The other guy?
Probably don't. Well, what not to do. But think about it. I got all my ideas. Guess where I got them from?
The people.
The people. Thousands of ideas. So, is that cool?
The people.
So, yeah, it's awesome. So, is that cool, guys? All right, what do you think? Tell the team, did you learn anything?
Are you guys done?
Not to talk about Tina anymore.
Oh, okay, sorry. No talking about Tina anymore, okay?
You gotta put a lid on that.
So, 1? So, you guys ready for tomorrow, 1?
Yeah.
Is that cool? We're ready to go kick some butt?
Right on. Good.
Yeah. Was that fun? Is that a much a different, no, that was not a standard lecture, was it?
Did you guys get to do the Lego?
Much different.
Good shit, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for tolerating me. Was that fun? I gave that one to you. Yeah, you'll love it. We'll play with yours. Thank you, man. All right.
Oh, thank you guys.
All right, welcome to the Matrix,
Oh,
guys.
you're sitting, I was gonna. It was fun.
So you guys got to do the Legos?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I felt
Put all
so.
of assembly on one team.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. I made it.
That's why I laughed when you
But I-
started us on that. You're like, okay, and he gave us the one with the pictures.
Oh.
I was like, that was a burn for
I
them.
felt so sorry, but they flipped, and
But
I was
I'm
like,
gonna tell you right now, I put together Asian Lego sets that have only words.
it's hard.
It is hard, but I think I could have done it.
It's so hard, but it just proved a point. It was just so funny. Wait, the other one that's just hilarious is when you do the flow,
Yes.
and then you go, oh my God, you
And
get
pieces
it.
come out different all at the end.
Yeah, because what happens is you try to interject what I call some of the real world into it, and nothing's just, you have random things happening. So, oh, here, we need this.
Someone's
then-
talking to you in the middle of a project.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, here, we don't just need this product now, we need this, so stop and make these. And then all of a sudden, then you find that you run out of materials. And then you have to disassemble. Yes, just like what you had today, you had disassembly. Or you have to disassemble something and get it out. So, but yeah.
Every time he touched it, it just fell apart anyway. Like every time he was like, he was trying to push on it, he
So.
was too strong. He was like, shit.
So it's funny, so when he said he was recording,
Oh yeah, I got to turn it off
so,
now.
so when I do the Lego exercise, I'll always record the first one.